evening, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Rockledge High School. Alan Slaughterzinski, Logan she's messing with me. Logan Pettit here for the broadcast tonight already. The Viera Hawk fans are getting on me. That's all right. I picked them to win tonight's game. Logan Pettit, the former defensive coordinator for the Melbourne Bulldogs. It's great to have you in the booth tonight. Love having coach's knowledge here. We got the Viera Hawks. We've got the Rockledge Raiders. We have the backyard brawl. How do you see this one tonight?
Well, I'm excited to be here, Alan. I appreciate being in here, and I think it's going to be a well-fought football game. But like I said in the pregame, I think Viera is going to be able to edge them out a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. We are, I tell you, for me, tonight we are told that there are two offensive linemen missing for the Rockledge Raiders. One of those offensive linemen appears to be the junior Bryce Lovett, and that would be a tremendous loss for the Raiders if Bryce Lovett is indeed not there.
Yeah, certainly. That's quite the blow, especially when you got a stud defensive tackle in Lions. That was a matchup we were all looking forward to seeing, but you feel for the young man that's out tonight, but again, it's going to be tough to block Lions up front without him.
Yeah, no doubt. As the Viera Hawks take the field through their glowing eyes, and we're getting set here for kickoff on Brevard Sports Network. And tonight's game is brought to you by Community Credit Union. I want to thank Community Credit Union. 68 years Community Credit Union is celebrating, and we couldn't be more thrilled to be representing them here tonight on Brevard Sports Network. The Hawks and the Raiders. I'm not sure who won the toss.
Yeah, I missed that as well. Guess we'll find out here in a minute who will be getting the football first. Looks like Rockledge is going to be receiving the kickoff.
All right, so I would imagine Viera probably won the toss, deferred, because that's what Coach does. And the Raiders take the field. Now, look, just because they're missing players, and I keep bringing this up, that doesn't mean anything. A couple of years ago, they came in here with missing 10 players and still managed to hand it to Viera pretty good. That was one of there were two losses in Viera program history that I think a lot of people were unhappy with. That was one of them, and, of course, the one to Tampa Tech a couple of years ago in the playoffs. But the Hawks and the Raiders get set to do battle here tonight. Don't forget, coming up tonight on the Brevard Sports Network, it's the post-game show, which will be live at Walk-Ons. There you see Community Credit Union, ccuflorida.com. And Jared Perdomo, the senior, set to kick off. And back deep here for the Raiders. We'll get the number, and we are underway here. Ball, short kick, fielded at the 19, out to the 25. Great open field tackle there. The returner was Jalen Hayward, the sophomore defensive back. Outstanding special teams tackle.
Yeah, that was great open field tackle. It looked like 34 Tommy Collins there, the senior. Excellent to stick his nose in there and prevent a big return.
Good job. And the quarterback taking the field for the Rockledge Raiders will be number 3, Trevin Green, the sophomore. Many of you know him. He is an absolute athletic talent, does an outstanding job. Struggled at times against Vero Beach last week, but also looked good at times, and that's what you expect from a young quarterback. The lone back in the backfield is, let's see here, we'll get a look here in a minute. Number 17 is in motion. That's Winston Oram. You got Ryan Black in the slot. Their ball was bobbled, and that Viera Hawk front seven is there and in with the stop.
Looked like 8. Cameron Wright. That was an excellent play, just getting skinny down the line of scrimmage there, setting the edge, reading it, and getting into the backfield.
No doubt. Now, you coach the defense over at Melbourne, so I'm going to be leaning on you a lot tonight. What type of defense have the Hawks come out in here?
So Coach Smith is pretty well known for running his 4-4 cover 3 look. Some would call it a 4-2-5, but either way you look at it, he's got 4 down linemen, 2 true linebackers, and it looks like he's in a cover 3 shell with 1 high safety.
Number 4 is in motion. That's Elijah Louder, the junior wide receiver. Looking, throws down the sidelines. Caught!
Oh, good catch.
Outstanding throw and catch. And that's the senior Ryan Black, and Green to Black for 44 yards, and that's a Rockledge Raider first down.
Yeah, at 21, Cameron Mills was in press man there, and, I mean, not much you can do about it. I mean, kid just put it right on him.
That's a beautiful throw, and I tell you what, if you had any butterflies starting this backyard brawl off as a sophomore quarterback, they're gone. 1st and 10, and the ball sits just outside the Community Credit Union red zone. 1st and 10 on the 25 for the Raiders. The back in the backfield is number 9. That's Jody Maynard, the junior. The man in motion is number 4.
Got
and
some
that's
flags.
that's going to be a motion penalty. So that's going to back them up 5 yards.
It looked like big 74. Davion Hawkins might have jumped a little early there, playing that left tackle spot.
And Viera goes back now. Coach, I will tell you this. Alan Slaughter-Zinski, Logan Pettit with you. The one big issue the Hawks had last week is they were burned for several long touchdowns. And defensive back coach DeMarcus Manyfield has made some changes. There's the pass, and that is incomplete. In on the pressure there was number 99 for the Hawks, Jamari Lyons, as well as number 28, I think that says.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting strategy going to that press man, especially when, Rockledge has some of those athletes. I think if you let your pass rushers loose a little bit and keep Green in the pocket and kind of let the zone develop, that might give them some fits. But I mean, we'll see. It looks like they're back in a man look here.
Yeah, 2nd and 15 now for Rockledge from the gun. Turn, fakes the jet sweep. Green, all kinds of room up the middle. I tell you what, that was not a good read by the defensive end on that side on that one. And Trevin Green picks up more than enough for a Raider first down.
Yeah, that's a tough play to defend. We called it Husker. It's really just a power read to the same side. He's reading that unblocked defensive end, and if that hole opens up, they got the quarterback with the speed that can hit that crease. It's a tough play.
Now that it was a good play by Trevin Green. And I'll tell you what, to see a sophomore execute that like he did, you got to make that read quick as a quarterback. He did, pulled that ball back, saw the defensive end and committed, and that hole was there.
Quads to the boundary here. This is an interesting formation. I kind of like it.
Yeah, you see it. What coach means, those 3 over there. Green looks, throws, man on man, throws, caught.
Ooh.
I tell you what, he had a handful of jersey, no flag. Ryan Black nearly still came down with it.
Yeah, that was almost a spectacular catch there.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. They are well within the seniors' range here. When I say the senior, I mean Trevor Bywater, number 15, the senior kicker. He can kick it for a mile. 2nd and 10 now inside the Community Credit Union red zone. Trevin looking, gets outside, and he'll be brought down. Good play.
Good play.
Not an overly aggressive play. Johnny Eaton on the stop.
Yeah, he was smart to use the sideline as another defender there. Just keep stringing that out. Don't let him get the edge there. Going back to that quads look, they're empty, but they're putting 4 receivers into the boundary. Maybe looking to run back to that field side on some sort of jet motion or just singling off that receiver on the wide side of the field like they did on that first play to Black.
Community Credit Union, we got you covered. CCU named one of the top 200 credit unions in the country this year. They do an outstanding job.
And if I could add, my fellow teachers out there, if you are a Community Credit Union member, you get your paychecks a day early. So if you're thinking about making the switch, there's an incentive for you.
How about that? I like that. And the web address is ccuflorida.org. ccuflorida.org. 9:57 to go here. First quarter, no score. The Raiders looking at 3rd and 15. And the last time they were 2nd and 15. Ryan Black with a 43-yarder there. So we'll see what happens here. have no fear tonight. Alan and Logan Pettit are here for you. We've got the live scoreboard hookup, so we'll be able to keep you updated on all the scores. We're also down in Vero Beach tonight, where the Cocoa Tigers and the Vero Beach Fighting Indians are doing battle. Lenny Jankowski, Ryan Schneider squads down there. Here it's Alan Slaughterzinski and Logan Pettit with the Raiders and the Hawks. This is a big third down right here.
Yeah, it certainly is. But, I wouldn't be surprised if they try and get Green's legs involved here. He could easily pick up 15 or so yards, even though it is a third down.
Yeah. Like I said, they are no doubt within field goal territory. It looks like your right tackle is number 63, Preston Alt. Next to Alt is number 50. That's Lucas Diaz. Your center is number 77, Jarvis Daniels. Trevin Green, your quarterback. We'll give you the rest here in a minute. Jet fakes the jet sweep, and Jamari Lyons. There's a flag. What's the flag for?
I don't know. It came in pretty late.
What are we going to get? Are we going to get a hold? He may have tried to grab him.
I'm not sure, but regardless, that's a good play by Lyons, just settling down.
Oh, my.
Oh, that's tough.
That's a 15-yarder, and that could be more than enough or close. I shouldn't say more than enough. That should be close to a Rockledge first down. Apparently, Lyons grabbed the face mask at Trevin Green, and that's a killer.
I didn't see it, but, you can't give the refs an opportunity to make that call. It looks like it's still going to be third down.
Well, they only called the 5-yard variety,
yeah.
So Rockledge will live to play another third down play here. 3rd and 10 now. 4 wide receivers. Green steps up. He tries to run, nearly horse collared. He'll go down, and in on the sack is Andreas Foreman.
Yeah, that was set up by Lyons again, throttling down. He had a little running lane, but got his big paw on him and let his linebackers come clean it up. Great defensive stand by the Hawks there.
No doubt about it. 9:19 to go here, first quarter, no score. And as we said, on to make the kick, Trevor Bywater. Bywater, an outstanding kicker. The ball is going to be placed at the 15, spotted. Will be ultimately kicked from the 22. This will be a 32-yard field goal attempt. The flag is in Bywater's favor. The southpaw kicker. Let's see if he can get it here. Snap, hold, kick, and that's way short.
I think Viera got a finger on that.
Yeah, that would, if indeed they did, it would have been Jamari Lyons. So the Viera Hawks will take over 1st and 10. How does that work in high school, Logan? Do they take over from where he missed the kick? Is that like the NFL?
I think it's a touchback, but it looks like they're putting it on the – no, they're moving it up. I think they consider it a touchback,
Gotcha.
So they take it from the 20-yard line.
We're going to get a good look at that Viera offense. Donovan Giles last week had some great moments, big touchdowns in that game last week. He had, I think, 2 of them, but he also had some critical drops as well. Giles is wearing number 9. He's split near side. C.J. Sims pump and throws that one right into the ground. Is that a fumble? No.
No, I think he had his arm coming forward, but they were trying to set up a little run-pass option action. It just got a little too stuck in his hand.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, the one area concern for Derek Smith and Mike DeGoria this year was that young offensive line. We'll see how they do tonight against that athletic front. Nice push by the Raiders. Pump fake throws. Wide open and hauled in for a Viera Hawk first down by number 14 for the Hawks. That's Dominic Gentili. And Gentili, I tell you what I like that C.J. Sims there. Pump fake, looked at his first, wasn't there, went to his secondary target.
Sure, saw that cover 3, saw there was separation with the corner, and let him have it.
1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. This time the give is to the running back. I believe that is, who was that?
I believe it might have been Judah Knight,
Judah
number
Knight,
5.
Yeah.
But that was 2. Anthony Bridgewater, the outside linebacker, looked like with a nice solid tackle coming flat down the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders in their Columbia blue uniforms. It's a blackout game for Viera. They're in all black. Sims in trouble, gets away, throws, caught. That's a lineman. Catches the ball, and there's a flag. That's going to be – there's a couple penalties in there now.
I believe one of the initial flags is going to be on the fact that a lineman caught the football. You can't do that, unfortunately.
Did you see this expression after he called?
Yeah,
He was like, man.
Yeah. I mean, I played offensive line myself in high school. You dream for moments like that, but unfortunately you can't do it. So
You played offensive line?
I did, yeah.
I have you pegged for like a receiver or
No,
something.
man, about 60 pounds ago.
Want to say, while they walk the ball back, that's a 10-yarder. Want to say get well to the Viera Hawks cheer coach, Cheryl Dravis. She's home. And Coach Dravis, get better. The girls miss you. We'll show you here how much coming up. So it's going to be 3rd and 20 for C.J. Sims looking. Throws. Oh, my goodness. That's a fumble.
He called that a fumble.
Yes, he did. Looked like the arm was moving forward, but we'll see what the call is.
If they stick with a fumble there, that's a huge momentum swing for
It
Rockledge.
is.
That's going to be tough for the Viera defense here to hold that short field.
And it was big number 99. Our Fabian Hills all over that one.
Yeah, the whole D-line was in the backfield there. They had good coverage. They had it looked like a cover 2 look, had it dialed up, and they let the them pass rushers get home.
So that's going to be, actually, I think they called it incomplete pass, so it's going to be 4th. No, wait a minute. What are they going to call?
It looks like Viera's got the punt team on the field.
Okay, yeah.
That was the right call. His arm was going forward.
was going forward. Still great penetration.
Oh, absolutely.
By that. Looks like this is not going to be one of those scoring battles.
No, and you know what? As a defensive coach, you like some defensive football, so.
You're going to get that, it looks like.
Yeah.
Good kick here, high, spiral, or not quite a spiral. It's going to take a sideways bounce, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ryan Black was back deep. 1st and 10 for the Rockledge Raiders. Ball at the 38-yard line. No score between these two. We'll be back here on the Brevard Sports Network.
We are the Viera Hawks cheerleaders, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network. We miss you, Coach! We're the Rockledge High School cheerleaders, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network. Let's go, Raiders!
All right, Ryan Black wastes no time back out on the field. Or, I'm sorry, Trevin Green wastes no time. The give is to number 8, turns it up, but he has no room to run there. And, again, I thought this would be a battle of front sevens tonight. I like the Viera's a little bit more than Rockledge's, but both are impressing equally.
Yeah, both defenses are flying to the football right now, and we love to see that. 11 hats to the ball, call it fire anting, making an ant pile out there. That's just fun to watch.
Trevin Green. Saw a picture the other day of him and his dad, and I wanted to. We're starting a new segment called Throwback Thursday on BSN, but I saw a segment the other day. Turns, throws, little wide receiver, pitch and catch there with Black, and Black turns that into a 15-yard gain, and that's why he's so special.
Yeah, that's what they got to do. Get him the ball early and often, get it to him quickly. Coastal Carolina commit. He can make good things happen when the ball's in his hands.
No doubt. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. So far, all of the yards courtesy of Green to Black. Green does have one nice run, but the big play so far has been the 43-yard pass down the right sidelines. Viera, 6:52 to play, first quarter. Green turns hands to his running back, hops over one tackler, but he won't get past the second. That's Levatus Watkins, the senior running back.
And that looked like Lyons on another tackle there. I'm telling you, man, he's going to be a force to block. They went with a little power action RPO there, ended up handing it off, and Mr. Lyons was there again.
Florida or South Carolina?
Well, I went to Florida State, so hopefully South Carolina.
It's always good to endear yourself to Gator fans. 2nd and 8 for Green in the offense. There will be 3 wide receivers we see and a tight end kind of lined up in that slot formation, if you will, just off like an H-back position. The back in the backfield, I believe, is Elijah Louder. No, Louder's in motion. Check that.
They're going to that motion a lot.
Straight up the middle. Great run.
Good balance.
Yeah. You know, Watkins, what he did there, and this is what I love to see. Actually, check that. That's not Watkins. That's Jody Maynard, the junior running back. What Maynard did there was he kept his shoulders square and just powered over defenders.
Yeah, absolutely. Lower that shoulder, deliver the boom before they deliver it to you, and keep your legs turned, and good things will happen.
All right, let's see if we can find some scores for you here on Brevard Sports Network as we load up the scoreboard here for week 1. Once again, we want to thank Community Credit Union. We got you covered. Community Credit Union tonight sponsored. I know where I'll be next week. I'll be 3 hours north in Baker County. So just want to let everybody know that game will be on next week.
It's Viera, Baker County next week, correct?
Yes, it is. That's Kevin Mays,
Yeah.
the old head football coach here at Viera. And Green has them back out. Oh, they run into each other. Throws down the sidelines.
Separation.
Open.
Ooh.
Touchdown, Rockledge Raiders. Number 19, Xavier Alexander, sophomore to sophomore, and the Raiders strike first.
Yeah, it was a heck of a play. I think Coach Younger's seen 23 sitting in press coverage most of the game here. Trusted his athletes, ran a little train action or counter tray action, and just had a one-on-one go route with, who was that, 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just hit him in stride. Got the separation for the touchdown. Beautiful play.
You just couldn't put it on the button any better than that. And the sophomore, so far, the 2 passes he's been asked to get deep down the field has done so with pinpoint accuracy.
He's fun to watch. He is a lot of fun to watch. He's going to be fun to watch for quite some time. Only a sophomore. Bad snap, still able to get the kickoff. I don't know if it went in or not.
And it is
Yep.
good. And the Rockledge Raiders take the lead. Trevin Green to Xavier Alexander, and it's 7-0 back with the kickoff here in just a moment.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
All right, we're not picking on A.J. Floyd, but he's been the defensive back there for both of the big plays down the field. Coach, as a defensive guy, what adjustments would you make right now?
I would get out of man coverage. He's pressing him up. He's right up on him, and you know the receivers ran past him twice now. I would maybe go to a cover 3 or a cover 4 look where you're backing him up if you're concerned about that go route, because I would be. I think Rockledge is going to go back to it until you take it away from him.
Yeah, it's been there both times for Green, and you know what? He doesn't hesitate. Not only that, but both times the receivers had at least 2 steps on the DB.
Yeah.
And this ball will be great kick into the end zone, and Rockledge will bring it out. I show you the walk-ons commercial because coming up tonight after the game, that's where the post-game show will be live this year. Walk-ons in Viera, Brevard County's newest jewel of a restaurant. Come on by. It's live. It's fun. We have a great time, and we'd love to see you there.
Partial to the Po' Boys over there.
Yeah, I hear you. Maybe the Treasure Coast scoreboard's working because the Brevard County one's not. 1st and 10 for C.J. Sims. Can the Hawks answer?
Double move.
I tell you what, the move was there. The ball wasn't. It says number 7, and the intended wide receiver there was Cohen Graham Johnson. Cocoa and Vero Beach right now. No score there, it says. Or at least it hasn't been updated yet. 2nd and 10 for the Viera Hawks. Play action turns. Fires, little wide receiver screen. He'll pick up 6, maybe 7.
Looked like 11. Gillens.
Yep.
Quincy Gillens. It's a nice little play.
Yep. 7 yards. 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. 5:15 to go here in the opening quarter. A beautiful pass from Trevin Green to Xavier Alexander, the sophomore. I remember Xavier Alexander playing Rockledge youth football. Was special player there, and certainly is going to be something to deal with in high school.
Certainly. Rockledge has always had a pretty good youth football league, so, it's never surprising to see those kids shine in high school either.
No doubt. All right, 1st and 10 for the Hawks now. There was a penalty there.
Yeah, Rockledge jumped off sides, got him with the hard count.
C.J. Sims, let me tell you right now as a quarterback, and the Raiders get in and get the sack. That's Nate Lopez. And again, keep the common theme of the night here. Sophomore linebacker. There are 26 of them on this roster. 26 sophomores that Coach Wayne Younger leans on. But here's the thing. Sims, the pump fake is nice, but if you do it every play, you're not faking anybody out.
Right, and right now it's a little slow to develop, and it's letting those oh, he has a good move there. It's letting those pass rushers kind of tee off on him right now. You talked to it about a little earlier. Coach DeGore was, I don't want to say upset, but some offensive line concerns and running some of these slow developing plays. It's allowing Rockledge's pass rushers to beat that offensive line.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that ball sometimes within the 3 seconds that you're allotted. Sims, just like that, and Sims missed him.
It was there. He was facing pressure again, though, and I mean, that was a relatively quick throw. Bring up 4th down and long.
So the Hawks are going to have to punt, and certainly if you're a Viera fan, that's not what you wanted to see. Astronaut and O'Galley, no score there, it doesn't seem to be. Cocoa Vero Beach, no score. Melbourne is up 6-0 on Merritt Island right now. Back deep is going to be Ryan Black. Perdomo is the punter. There's the snap. This is the kickoff classic. They can rush, and he shanks it. And that ball will go out of bounds, or close to going out of bounds. Not a very good punt at all. In fact, the net on that's going to be 7 yards, and the Raiders are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Smith can't be happy about that. You don't want to give Rockledge a short field here, especially with that momentum.
So far, I see no other scores other than 6-0 Melbourne over Merritt Island. No score between Cocoa and Vero Beach at the moment. So if you're Rockledge right now with 3:54 to play in the first quarter, you got to feel really good about coming in here down 2 offensive linemen, one of them the best arguably in the county, and you're up 7-0. Green with all the confidence in the world right now. He's got Black in motion. Black will join him in the backfield. 2 backs. Black now. The give is to the back. And he turns.
A little friendly fire there. Still picked up about 5 yards.
No
4 or 5
doubt.
yards.
Levatas, Watkins, the senior. And Rockledge now, interestingly enough, going right back to that hurry up. We saw him huddle up first time down. This time right back to what I like to call a sugar huddle. Not quite a hurry up, not quite a huddle.
Sure, somebody up top saw Viera in something they liked, and they want to keep him in it, I think.
And still A.J. Floyd is still over here on the corner.
Yeah, it looks like they backed him up a little bit, though.
Yeah.
I think that's the right move.
Hawk show blitz. They bring it. Chasing Black out. When you do look, he's got all kinds of room to run. Down the sidelines, Black will pick up what amounts to a Raider first down, but it looks like he picked up about 17, and with 2:59 to go, the Raider offense has found the kinks in the Hawk defense.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Got to keep him in the pocket. You give him an edge. I mean, he's a good enough athlete to do what he just did. I know they were on a blitz, but you'd like to see that other inside linebacker maybe mirror him as he's going towards the edge, force him out of bounds.
1st and 10 now for Rockledge, and this all began with just a 7-yard punt. That is either Watkins or Maynard next to. Black is in motion. Black will get the ball, leads him out, and Black slips down and falls. It did drizzle a bit, and, of course, the rain we've had. We had a lot of rain last night in the area and a lot of rain the night before. So the field is a little damp. Grass is cut ultra thin.
Yeah, Turf Monster got him there.
Yep.
I like that what they were trying to do, though. They had that big open space. They've been going to that orbit motion where they're taking a receiver and running him behind the quarterback.
Yeah.
Just hit him on a little swing pattern there, get him in open space. That's what you got to do when you got a playmaker like that.
2nd down and 8 right now. The running back is Watkins, the senior. Alexander split wide to the right. That is Louder, who goes back the other way. The give is to Watkins, greeted angrily by Johnny Eaton.
That was
and
good
it'll
fill.
it'll be 3rd down. I like the way Johnny Eaton plays that linebacker position. He's mean, he's nasty, and he gets in there and he makes tackles.
Yeah, you said it. He's physical. He's what I would equate to what you'd call a modern linebacker too. He's not this 225-pound bulldozer. He's got a little bit of a thinner frame, but he's athletic. He can move. You can send him off the edge some. He can drop in coverage. He's a good player for Coach Derek Smith's defense.
3rd down and 7 here. I would imagine with a 7-0 lead, with the wind wreaking havoc, 1:37 to go in the first quarter, we're in 4-down territory. So you don't have to get it all in one fell swoop right here. Green drops back. That's a hold. Not called. Foreman was held. Rockledge got away with one. And he won't get away with that. And here comes the flag. That's 15. I hit out of bounds. I tell you, just an undisciplined play right there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a shame because he had the right idea. He had a beat on him. All you had to do was let him run out of bounds, and you had him in 4th.
You just can't do that when the quarterback is a yard out of bounds.
Yeah. Right after we gave him some praise, too. He knows he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Though.
All right, so now they'll be inside of the community credit red zone for sure. It'll be 1st and 10, ball from the 14-yard line.
Again, you just can't give Rockledge these shorter fields. You can't make those mental mistakes like that.
No. Nope. 3, there's that stacked formation you like, Coach, over here, split wide right.
Yeah.
Generally, you see that closer to the line of scrimmage. Foreman and throws, ball skip. That'll be an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. I like what the sophomore did right there. He threw that ball into the dirt, didn't try to force anything, because the last thing you want to do down here is create a red zone turnover.
Oh, yeah, you never want to turn the ball over, but especially when you're driving the field. He put it – the receiver had a bit of a chance to catch it, but I think he was more concerned with making sure the defense cut it. It was a heady play by the sophomore.
2nd and 10 now for Green and this Raider offense, who right now has been impressive despite missing 2 offensive linemen, including the big guy, Bryce Lovett, and we're going to take this. There's going to be a timeout. So with a timeout on the field, we'll take one too. You're watching the Rockledge Raiders and the Viera Hawks here on the Brevard Sports Network.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
All right, welcome back here to Viera High School, and it is all Rockledge Raiders to start. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, that offense is humming. Looks like they're going trips to the boundary again. That's tough to defend.
Little quick pitch out. Running back cuts it back, and he'll be brought down. I say the running back, that's Watkins there.
And that was Eaton on another pretty good open field tackle there.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 now. Now they're certainly within, as I keep saying, Trevor Bywater's range, the senior kicker. 3rd down, not 3 down.
3 down.
3 down, right, 3 down, Alan.
Back again to that trips to the boundary. Got 3 receivers into the short side of the field. Really limits what you can do coverage-wise.
Yeah, I like that. Nice play by
Good play.
Andreas Foreman. Foreman, that's a play when you need one on defense.
Oh, yeah. Johnny on the spot there.
No doubt about it. Andreas Foreman, I used to love covering his brother. His brother was outstanding as well. And that's going to take us to the end of quarter number 1. And I apologize to all of you out there that get annoyed by ads and commercials. But listen, Brevard Sports Network is able to operate because of our sponsors. And our big major sponsor here today is Community Credit Union. And we want to thank Community Credit Union simply because without them, this broadcast is not possible here today. We also want to thank the Viera Hawks Booster Club, Quarterback Club, and thank them as we have reached an exclusive deal with them to broadcast all Viera Hawk football games, both home and away. So that means I'll be making the trip next week up to Baker County as former Viera Hawk head football coach Kevin Mays makes his triumphant return to local social media, television, if you will, as Baker County and Viera will do battle on the road. So I'm excited about making the trip up there, and who knows where else we'll be next week. But the bottom line is you'll definitely see that one here, and I think there will be a lot of interested people in that game.
I certainly am. I think that's going to be a good game.
Logan, I tell you, I know we're going to have some other guys out next week. We'll talk during the week. No doubt we'll have you back on some broadcast here, if not next week, certainly in the future.
Yeah.
Knocking it out of the park.
Great. I'm looking forward to it. This is fun, Alan.
Yeah, 4th down now. Bywater comes out. It's going to be the ball spotted at the 22, a 32-yard attempt for Bywater. The left-footed kicker, the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up. It is. Oh, I hit the window. It's good. And it's 10-0 Rockledge as I hit the window on that one.
You know, Alan, they did give up points, but I think Viera's got to be a little bit happy and relieved with the fact that it was just a field goal. They stalled out some of Rockledge's momentum driving the field like that, and I know I'd certainly be happy with 3 as opposed to 6.
Well, I'll agree with you on that. The biggest problem I have at the moment right now, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel that's not a freight train for the offense at the moment. I don't see them. They can't put anything together, and I'm a little nervous. If I'm a Raiders fan, I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah. I mean, they got the 1 touchdown on the big play, but that's twice now they've stalled out in the red zone. So
yeah.
I think just keep doing what they've been doing and, make Viera stop it. On the other side, though, I think Viera needs to get
no, that's what I meant.
Oh, you meant Viera.
Viera's offense.
Yeah.
No. No, if I'm a Raider fan, I'm thrilled. Yeah, I know that they stalled, but if I'm Viera right now, I'm wondering where our points are coming from.
I think they need to get Giles, number 9, involved.
Yeah.
I think he's their best receiver. In fact, I know he's their best receiver. He's 6'5". He can run like the wind. I think you need to get him the ball quickly. Let him make plays.
What do you think about, obviously you want to get your playmakers balls in space, and I like what the Raiders do in that swing past the Black that they had attempted where he slipped down. It's maybe something like that to Giles to jumpstart this offense.
Sure, and it's going to build the confidence up of Sims just making some completions in a row, string a few in a row. And then hopefully that's going to get that Raider defense to bite on one of those short throws, and then you can go back to those double moves with the pump fake.
Yep. All right, here's the kick. That ball will be fielded beautiful at the 5, out to the 20, cuts it back at the 7, out to the 40, and out of bounds. Nice return. That'll get the crowd back into the game. That's an outstanding return by Cohen Graham Johnson and the Viera Hawks. Actually, with good field position, 1st and 10, the ball will be at about the 39-yard line with 11:46 to play in the first half.
Sure, and they needed that. Excellent return there by Cohen Graham Johnson.
see what C.J. Sims and company have up their sleeves this time. They got to do something here, that's for sure. So it'll be in the backfield. I believe is that Johnson?
It's Judah Knight.
Judah Knight back there. Okay, Judah Knight. Sims under pressure, rolls out, pump fakes, and he'll be not thrown on the sidelines. And if that is a loss, it's a sack.
I think they're calling him a couple inches back. I thought he got to the line, but apparently not.
And that's a sack.
Yeah.
Sims, second and a little over 10 to go here. Turns, gives, and nowhere to go. No hole.
Yeah. That defensive line of Rockledge is really getting some penetration. You know, we didn't really talk much about that before the game, so that's a nice little surprise to see that the trench monsters over there at Rockledge are really getting after it.
Take a look at that. Anthony Bridgewater, the linebacker there, with his hand in the dirt. And then, of course, number 99, Hills.
That's a big fella.
You're not kidding. And there you go. We were just talking about that line, and number 90, Cedric Walker. And again, the common theme, Logan, sophomore. Sophomore. Look at him, a sophomore.
That's scary. That's scary, the fact they've got sophomores playing like this. I mean, they're going to be around for a while.
Unbelievable. Fourth down, and it's 3 and out in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, you didn't need that, especially after a big return. Hopefully they can get a better punt than last time.
Not sure what Coach DeGore, Dave Cooley, the quarterback coach, Shane Staples, the wide receiver coach, but some sort of an adjustment has to be made here. Perdomo with a much better punt this time. End over end to Ryan Black. Black will be immediately taken down on the play, and the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. It's their worst field position of the game. 10:06 to play here in the first half, and it's really been all Rockledge.
Up to this point, it certainly has. And Viera's had some pretty good defensive stands a couple times in the red zone. If they can replicate that here in this part of the field, they can set their offense up for some better field position than what they've been playing with, because they got to get something going on offense.
I still don't see any score updates between a lot of these teams, and I don't know if it's just because it's not updating or I don't have it or what the deal is. But all right, Green with Watkins in the backfield. Ryan Black split wide to the left here. He's on the, I guess he would be on the right side of your screen. Nice job in there. That was just a straight-up run blitz that worked to perfection.
Is that 45, Connor Nelson?
Yeah, that's who it was.
It was a nice play out of the young man.
Gets in there, makes the stop. Nelson.
Staying flat on the line, too. You want to see that out of a defensive lineman. You ever get too far upfield, it creates a crease. And, he stayed flat on that line of scrimmage, and good thing came.
And the loss of 4 makes it 2nd and 14 as Elijah Louder takes. Got 3 wide receivers to the right, split equally. Green looking. He's just going to slide down. Smart play.
Savvy move.
Yeah, it was.
Savvy move, because he would have been feeling it if he stayed up. I don't know if that was Foreman or Eaton that was ready there, but that would have been quite a pop.
And a lot of times a young player like that, a young dynamic player like that, wants to make his presence felt on the field, likes to maybe take that cutback. That's where injuries happen. Credit to Green to have the wherewithal to know I better get my butt down.
Yeah, he's a heady young man, only a sophomore, but, he's playing like he's been doing this for a long time.
Green with Watkins to his left. Black now. Nobody on the left side of the field. That'd be our right side facing. Looking. Gets outside, and he's bought some time. He throws. And that caught? He says no, incomplete.
Yeah, it was a good play by the secondary there. I think they were in cover 3, it looked like, so he ran a little comeback route, so he got some separation, but that was good recovery by the corner over there.
All right, Coach, for the novice football fan watching that might just be a fan of the backyard brawl, explain what a cover 3, cover 2, maybe a cover 0 is.
Cover 3 is you're going to have 3 guys protecting deep. It's usually your safety is playing the middle of the field, and then your 2 corners are playing from hash to sideline, so they're each playing a third of the deep part of the field. A cover 2, you typically have your corners playing in the flats with 2 safeties over the top. And then man is, man.
Yeah,
but there's
man
different
up.
variants of man as well. But
man, press, man, yeah.
Right. It's really just when you hear 2, 3, 4, that's how many guys you're guarding deep or you're protecting deep with.
That's and that's a great way to put it. That simplifies it for those. Right now, it's 4th and 11, and back deep for the Viera Hawks. Get the number. That's a high punt. And it's blocked. Not sure what he was waiting on there. And check it out. How about that?
Yeah, Viera needed that, huh?
Yeah, they did. That's going to be a turn for the better for Hawks fans as the punter hesitated there. Not sure why he did, but it caused all kinds of.
I don't know if he bobbled the snap or what had happened. It's important to note, I think, that Ryan Black, number 1, one of their better athletes out there, is their punter. He's also their holder, so that's something to keep an eye on. But, yeah, he did. He just stopped for no reason, and bad things happened for him.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this. I know there's still plenty of time to play in this football game. But if they come away with no points here, they've got to get some points here.
Yeah, even if it's just a field goal. I mean, they got to get that 0 off of the scoreboard, just for their own confidence, too. I mean,
and I think they feel that because as I look on that field right now, there's Jamari A. Lyons.
Oh, they're going jumbo package here for sure. I know Coach DeGore likes when he gets in this situation. He's going to get some extra blockers in there, and sometimes they'll release Big 99 on a little pass pattern as well, so that's something to keep an eye on.
An illegal man. That was against Rockledge out there. So that's going to be obviously be declined. It's going to be 1st and goal to go for the Viera Hawks inside of the Community Credit Union red zone here. And, that ball is on the 5-yard line. As a former quarterback, I can tell you the end zone might only be 5 yards away, but in a lot of times when things aren't going well, it may as well be 205 yards away.
Oh, yeah. But, in that huddle, if I'm the quarterback here, I'm telling them, we got 4 or 5 yards. Let's do anything and everything we can to move those 4 or 5 yards.
And there you see, this is you're talking about the deepest set I formation I think I've ever seen here.
I imagine they go some sort of a pitch play with this.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Maybe to that wide side of the field. They're loading up. They're unbalanced over to the short side, trying to get guys over. Maybe the defensive line adjusts to the unbalanced look, and maybe they go back to that wide side.
Yeah. All right, the whistle blows, and here we go.
Graham Johnson, the deep back, too.
Be interesting to see what happens here. Jamari Lyons is... Oh, no.
Fullback give there.
Yeah, that was just a straight-up dive play. Picked up maybe 1. 2nd and goal to go from... I'll be generous and give them a half yard to a yard at the 4. But the referee actually places that ball back at the 5.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a hole there, and, Eaton didn't have really anywhere to go. The Rockledge defensive line's been doing what they've been doing all game and just mashed it.
Yep. Trying to get these scores to update. I don't see any, so I'm not sure. Here, let's see if I can see what I can do here.
Yeah, it looks like Lyons is staying on the field, as is Eaton, so they're going to stay in that jumbo look. It came out in that look against us last year in the Kickoff Classic when I was at Bayside. And,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, we weren't expecting that.
Yeah, I don't think Rockledge was either, but they played it well. Looks, throws.
Quick slant and just over his head.
Yeah, it's just behind him and over his head right
Had
now.
him, too.
Got to settle down. Yeah, he was there. Got to settle down a little bit here. Come on, CJ. I'm a fan of both of these teams. I want to see both of these teams play well. I want to see all these young men play well. And right now it's 3rd and goal, and you can just it's almost as if though that you can feel him struggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think the wind might be out of his sails just a little bit. Like I was saying earlier, you want to get him some, obviously not in this situation, but some quick completions, some easy completions to build that confidence back up.
All right, 3rd down and goal. Give up the middle. At the 1, maybe 2, and Rockledge comes up big and shuts it down. Bring it up 4th and goal from the 1.5, maybe the 2.
I thought he was going. I thought he was going to be in there. Alan, what do you do here? You think Coach Smith's going for it?
I think you got to kick the field goal.
I think you do
got to
too.
take whatever points you can put your hands on here.
I think you're right. And in this situation, yeah, you do got to kick that field goal, and that's what they're going to do here. Kicker's on the field.
If I were on the road and I may take a shot, and I know it's supposed to be the opposite when you're on the road, take the points. I get it. But here at home, first game of the year, take the points. Jared Perdomo is going to do that.
Yeah, and I think just with the flow of the game, the way it's been going, you got to get that 0 off the board.
Kick is up, and Perdomo
looks good.
Drills it through, and the Viera Hawks get on the board. They takes 4 plays. They drive 3 yards. Following the turnover. Not the result they wanted, but they'll take the 3 points. The Viera Hawks trail the Rockledge Raiders by 7 with 7:13 to go here in the first half. Back in a minute here on Brevard Sports Network. Once again, a big thanks to Community Credit Union. Community Credit Union has been named one of the top 200 credit unions in the United States. Community Credit Union, well, they've got you covered. Check them out online at ccuflorida.org. That's ccuflorida.org. 7:13 to go here in the first half. 10-3 Rockledge on top. Alan Slaughter-Sinski, Logan Pettit with you here on the Brevard Sports Network, the premier sports broadcasting multimedia outlet here in Brevard County. Perdomo kicks off, and we've got flags and offsides, and we're going to do it all over again.
And I got some scores here, Alan. Looks like Cocoa is tied with Vero Beach, 13-13.
Okay.
About 9 minutes left in the half. Scrolling down here.
Okay.
See what I got here with Melbourne Merritt Island. It's still 6-0 Melbourne. Looks like it's about the start of the second quarter in that one.
How about that?
Yeah. Bayside's up 13-0 on Space Coast. Started the second quarter.
Felt good about that pick. We both like Bayside.
Certainly. And then you got this one hasn't completely updated. They got 10-0 here, but certainly we know it's 10-3.
But how about that Cocoa and Vero Beach score? 13-13. Surprise there.
Yeah, that one's going to be a war, man. I mean, that's going to be a heck of a game. And it showed already.
And Perdomo with the win. He's got to pick that up, field it at the 1 and into the end zone. That was Jalen Hayward. He's wearing the number of the now Arkansas freshman, just a man-child. Was Rocket Raheem Sanders. He was an unbelievable football player.
I'll tell you what, man, that was one of the best athletes I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Having to coach against him, he gave us fits. He ran violently.
Yes.
And I've never seen anybody run so violently. Like when he was running, he looked like he was trying to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And he was fast when he did it.
Watched him in the barbecue bowl last year abuse Coco. up and down the football field.
Yeah, I mean, he was big, too, like 6'2". I mean, runs like the wind.
No body fat. No body fat on the guy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 for Ryan Black. The score here is 10-3. Rockledge with the ball and the lead. There's a give there to number 2. That is Anthony Bridgewater. Bridgewater listed as a linebacker on here, but getting some carries here for Coach Wayne Younger. You know, look, you say what you want. Rockledge is 22-2 against Brevard County over the last 5 years. Their 2 losses have been to the Cocoa Tigers during that span. So certainly Coach Younger has gotten it done. And look, you know, for all of the criticism that he takes when it comes to the playoffs, that ball bounces luckily back into the hands of the running back. And the fan base, and that's just a great run there by Watkins to push it out towards a first down. Say what you want, but look, they play in arguably the toughest classification in the state. That 5A with all those Miami teams is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. And, I mean, you know, it's tough especially when you get down to the playoffs as well. But, I mean, you're right. You know, they've been a pretty dominant force here in the county.
The problem is, and we've got a timeout by the Viera Hawks, and here's the problem. They can line up with 11 athletes any day of the week against anybody. And those watching, I mean, you can laugh at me all you want when I say this, but they can put 11 athletes out there that will match up with any team in this state. The problem that comes in, Logan, is that teams like American Heritage Plantation, you know, Coach Patrick Surtain brings another 11 that can fill in the depth. The Rockledges of the world, the Cocos, they don't have the depth to compete deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, and, you know, honestly, that's kind of a problem around the county. We just don't have the numbers that some of these teams down south do, and you see that once you get to the playoffs because, like you said, you know, they're matching up their best 11 versus the Brevard County best 11, but their second best 11 are also just as good as Brevard County team's best 11.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's 1st and 10 here. Just an outstanding run by Levatus Watkins. And I'm probably butchering that, and I apologize to his parents. Give you straight up the middle. And that's, you know what, for a guy listed as a linebacker, Anthony Bridgewater puts his hand on the back of the lineman there. Was that Bridgewater too?
No, I think that was Watkins again.
Was it Watkins again? Put his hand on the back of the offensive lineman and just followed him straight through the hole.
That's old school football right there. It's your lead blocker right there. Let the block develop and then just go off of him. Like to see that. 5:55
to go here. 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. 10-3. They got the ball and the lead. Trevin Green, the quarterback, turns, and one more time.
Went back to it. That time he got stuffed.
Yeah, that time the Raiders could not block. The Hawks brought more than the Raiders could block, and that's going to bring up 4th down and still 4. So we'll see what. Well, actually, I thought that was 3rd and 4, wasn't it?
No, I guess this is 3rd down here. I tell you what, they've been putting 23 on an island for Viera several times those last few plays. So something to keep an eye on. There he goes. He switches to the short side of the field again on an island. No safety help.
And you've got 3 receivers, only 2 defensive backs over here. Keep your eye right here. Let's see if Green picks it up. Ryan Black's and the Hawks take a time, or the Raiders take a timeout. I may have snapped that ball.
I liked, if I'm Rockledge, I'm licking my chops there. You only got one safety high, you know. Especially to that single receiver side. I mean.
Oh, my goodness. You had 3 on 2 there.
Yeah.
Viera catches a break with the Raider timeout. Goodness.
Yeah, that was, they certainly did. That's where you go in the old Madden playbook. Hot route.
Yep.
Send them deep.
I want to say, Coach Dravis, if you're watching, hope you get better. This is from your girls.
We are the Viera Hawks cheerleaders, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network. We miss you, Coach!
Get better, Coach. See you out here, or see you up in Baker County next week. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Looks like a shorter 4 than it did before the timeout. I'm not sure how that happened, but okay. And nobody in the backfield. Backfield's empty, and this time the Hawks have picked up.
Watch for a quarterback run here. Quarterback draw or power. Nope.
Throws. Nice play.
Quick hitch.
I tell you what, that's a safe play. I love it. It's a 1st down.
You're going to get 15 more on top of this,
Yeah,
too.
they are. Did the flag come in?
I think it did. I think there was a little extracurricular stuff.
I saw a Columbia Blue player go flying.
And if that's the case, that's the second time the Viera defense has made a critical error such as that. You can't do that against this Rockledge offense, especially the way they've been moving the football.
Good eye, Logan. Logan Pettit here with me. Alan Slaughter-Zinski, Logan Pettit. And that's 15 tacked on. Good call. I saw the body go flying.
Yeah, he had him wrapped up, and I don't know if another guy came in and hit him or he slung him to the ground after the whistle. But, again, that's uncharacteristic for a Derek Smith coach team, the undisciplinedness, because, again, that's twice.
And Derek Smith would just as you just said that, turned and yelled at his players, held up 2 fingers. And I'm not going to read lips, but I will tell you that he was indicating to them that's the second time you've done that.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to feel that come Monday practice.
All right, 4:50 to go here. The fans trying to get their defense to get a big stop here. 1st and 10. Ball now inside of Viera Hawk territory on the, what is that? I'm sorry, I just clucked.
About the 38-yard
38-yard line.
Going to that empty look again with that bunch. It's another nifty formation Younger's got.
There's a false start. And here comes the flag. That'll back them up 5, so it'll be 1st and 15. Ball will be at the 43-yard line now.
Yeah, I can't do that. Self-inflicted wound.
Nope. Coming up after the game tonight, it is the post-game show, and that's going to take place at Walk-Ons in Viera. Come on down. Check it out live. I tell you what, if you come on down to Walk-Ons, I'm going to give you a code word coming up here in a minute. If you mention the code word to me when you come in, I'll buy you a drink of your choice. Throws, caught. That'll get the 5 back.
Yeah, back to that hitch route to Ryan Black, number 1 there.
The code word will be cover 2. How about that? We'll go cover 2. That's the code word. You come in tonight and look at me and say cover 2. I'll buy you the drink of your choice, whether it's a Pepsi, a Sprite, a Diet Coke, whatever.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. And you decipher what the whatever is.
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. 2nd and 9. Now Black split wide right. Green back in trouble. Gets outside the pocket. Buys time. Cuts back.
Move.
Yeah, it was. He's not getting away there. Johnny Eaton tried to kill him. That was Eaton lowered his head. Green just slipped right by him.
Yeah, fortunate he got out of bounds while he was still in the backfield, though. I think that goes on the stat sheet as a sack, but, nice to make it 3rd and long here.
Yep.
He is shifty, though.
Oh, yes, he is. I tell you, when, you look in the NFL today, and, I get so tired of people telling me that guys like, Lamar Jackson and quarterbacks aren't passing quarterbacks. Those guys can do it all.
Well, what I'd say about Lamar Jackson is it looks like they're going to go to a deep post.
Wide,
that's a touchdown.
Open, caught, touchdown, Rockledge, Ryan Black, 39 yards.
What a throw. That was a gorgeously thrown football on that post route. And again, I believe they had the single high safety there. They cheated him over to take a look at the 4 receivers they had to the wide side of the field and just hit him with the backside post. And kid's going to Coastal Carolina for a reason.
And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go with the quarterback on that one. I know Black made a nice play as he just simply ran open on that one, but Trevin Green read that perfectly. Yeah. What I mean by that was, the initial read, he wasn't really open. He was, it was step for step. Black blew by him. Green trusted his receiver, laid it out there, and Black went and got it.
Certainly. He let the route develop. He put it where Black was going to be, not where he was, and put it right on him. I mean, it was a gorgeous throw.
That is the third big pass play of the half. 2 of them to Ryan Black. It's a touchdown, 3:33 to go, and it's a 17-3 Rockledge lead. Back in a minute here on the Brevard Sports Network. You're talking to Miss Sims, and she makes a very good point when she says this is a extremely deep football team. Never seen their 2 best linemen, and Trevin Green's all day to throw.
All day. I mean, he had a picnic in the backfield there and let that post develop and uncorked her.
Yeah, no doubt. Great observation there.
Nice job, Miss Sims.
You're going to take a game for me next week. You going to Baker County, you can go in the booth with me. All right, Bywater set the kick off here. That is the first time I've called a Rockledge Raider touchdown in 2 years. But tonight's the first time I've done it in 2 years. Feels good to do it. Bywater with the kick. That ball be fielded at the 10, out to the 20, runs into his blocker, and that will give him to the 25. 3:25 to play here in the half, and it's 17-3. And I tell you right now, I don't know what other options Viera has, but something has got to happen here.
They're going to have to put their foot on the gas. They've got to make it happen quick. I think it's going to have to be the quick game. The offensive line hasn't really been holding up. They're just going to have to run some sort of quick hitches, quick screens, something like that, just to pick up some yards.
Sims from the gun. They're down by 14. Throws caught. Nice job underneath, and Coach Smith was wanting that. That is Gentili on the catch. That'll be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1. And right back to the line of scrimmage go the Viera Hawks.
And those are those completions I was talking about. Nice, easy completions. Sky was open, hit him, play pitch and catch, and get that confidence built back up, because we know Sims is an excellent quarterback.
Nice job there. He slips down, or did he fall down? I'm not sure. Anyway, actually they gave him a first down on that. So it's 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. 2:58 to go. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The Hawks better get back to the line of scrimmage here and get it going, Logan.
Yeah, definitely. You said it. They got to move.
C.J. Sims throws.
Oh,
no. Underneath, picked off. Derek McCormick for the Raiders. And that's exactly what they didn't need.
Yeah, threw a little late over the middle. That's what happens.
Nobody, look, Derek McCormick was the only player there.
Yeah. Yeah, he stepped up in the pocket. It was looking good, but I don't know if the rush got to him and forced the bad throw or what, but, I mean, it was right in the arms of 11 there. Derek McCormick, Allen, another sophomore.
Yeah, 26 of them. Man, I tell you, this is an impressive football team.
It is.
I mean, it really is. And, I knew, when we did our rankings last week, I gave Viera the benefit of the doubt in terms of putting them. Actually, I put Rockledge second. What am I saying? I put Viera third. So I did right. For now. Jet sweep here.
There's that Husker play again, and they got the edge.
And he gets outside.
7. Jalen Hayward, another sophomore.
26 of them.
That's wild, man. That's
scary.
That's quite the foundation of a football team.
That's scary. And, you look at like their 10 and 12 and 14U programs. They had Xavier, forget his last name, Xavier last week for their youth football program, had 8 touchdowns in a youth football game. 3 of them were called back, so we got credit for 5 of them. Xavier Howard, I think.
That's video game numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that's, Shatina Brown does a great job with that Rockledge Raider. She's president of that Rockledge Raider youth football and cheer. This time to give is to.
That's a good play by Lions. They needed that.
Yeah, you can't celebrate. No kissing. You're losing 17-3.
Yeah, you don't like to see that. Just get back and play the next down.
Yep. That was Jody Maynard. Jody Maynard on the carry there. So be interesting to see what the formation is here. It's now split near side is Xavier Alexander here. Ryan Black split wide to the right. It's 2nd and 14. Under pressure, looking to get out. He does, gets outside the pocket, and he'll be knocked out of bounds cleanly.
Good play by the Viera defensive line there. That's what they got to do. I mean, they let him get out, but they, they strung it out to the sideline, and he wasn't able to pick up any yards.
3rd and 15. Did he have it? Oh, nice. Young man came in and lost his wallet, and I tell you, that's a sick feeling. Glad he got it back. I felt bad for him. I was like, I don't know, it's a press box. And the guy next to me, God bless him, had it.
Oh, yeah, you never want to lose your wallet.
I hate that.
Viera showing blitz here. They got that one wide look. Not much safety help again.
Black sees it, or Green sees it. He'll be brought down from behind. Got to be careful.
This is big number 8, Cameron Wright.
Yep.
Nice
Slings
play.
him down, 4th down. You know what? 1:24 to go here. With the wind right now, flag is obviously at half staff. By the way, our thoughts and prayers are with all of those yesterday, that unfortunate instinct. But the flag is no wind. So, but I was going to say, Logan, you might as well go for this. You're up by 14 with a minute to go. Clock's running. Run it down, take a timeout, call another play.
Yeah, you don't really have anything to lose here. I mean, outside of something catastrophic, but that's exactly what they're not going to take the timeout. They're just going to go for it. And
look at him telling his receivers to go. Time, throws.
Uh-oh.
Caught!
Oh, my.
Touchdown! Trevin Green, there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see what it is. Who caught that?
Looked like 4. Elijah Louder.
What's the flag?
If it's there, it's typically some holding is what we see.
There's another one over here.
You got one in the backfield. I don't see the one over here.
It's right about 5 yards past the marker.
Okay.
Let's see what the officials call. Might have been a horse collar. He grabbed him by the, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it looks like they're
Touchdown!
advancing the ball up there, yeah. I mean, that
hold against the defense. And what a play by Trevin Green.
Yeah, man. The defensive back was in position to make that play. I mean, he just threaded the needle. It went right over his fingertips and right into the arms of Louder there.
That's 4th down, Coach.
4th down. I mean, you didn't have anything to lose. Take a shot for the end zone, and it paid off.
Unbelievable. Great play.
I'll tell you what, Trevin Green is a name to know if you don't know it already.
No doubt. There is no doubt about that.
My eyes are open.
23-3. And I tell you what, 41.8 seconds to go. I don't know what you say to your team at halftime.
You know, you gotta inspire some sort of momentum coming out in the second half, whatever it is. I know Coach Smith is kind of lauded for his halftime speeches. I know he'll be able to get them going, but you're right, man. They need to get something going and get something going quick when they come out of half. They get the ball, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully they can string something together because, I mean, they're not out of it. I wouldn't call this garbage time by any means, and we know Viera can score and score quickly.
What I like defensively that Rockledge has done tonight is they have completely taken Donovan Giles out of the game. I don't know how they've done it, but they've done it.
Yeah, haven't. I don't think we've called his name not one time.
Nope, sure haven't.
Yeah, and run game's not there. They haven't been able to really open up any holes and any creases for Judah Knight or Cohen Graham Johnson, whoever's toting it back there. And, I think they should try and go to some quick bubbles, quick screens and stuff like that, see if they can get some yards doing that.
Trevor Bywater on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and he drills it through. And with 41.8 seconds to go, the Rockledge Raiders in dominating fashion over the Viera Hawks, 24-3, back with the kickoff here in just a minute. All right, once again, want to thank Community Credit Union, named one of the top 200 credit unions in the United States. Community Credit Union, we've got you covered. A-plus health and stability rating. And we got a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. I would imagine it was the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Can't have that.
Nope, cannot. That's number 3 tonight on Viera.
Yeah, Coach Smith certainly can't be happy about that.
Nope. And coming up tomorrow on the Brevard Sports Network, yeah, that's right, it's that time of the year again. Satellite Beach Seahawks youth football here on BSN. We've got the 8, 10, 12, and 14U games here on BSN from Satellite Beach as they take on the Deltona Panthers. Coming up Sunday, absolutely nothing. A day of rest. You know what I'd even try here? I'm just saying. It's a backyard brawl. It's a rivalry game. I'd be trying to drill it right into the foot. Not necessarily an onside kick, but I'd create something to where maybe that ball goes free. Just, you know.
You got a comfortable lead here. I think Rockledge was just penalized. But, yeah, you got a comfortable lead. I mean, they have good 15 yards in between the A line and the B line. I mean, maybe try and pooch someone up. Get one of your fast athletes that you have out on the outside to run and grab it.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, yeah.
Because you just saw that Trevin Green can make anything happen on any down or distance.
Sure.
It was 4th and 14 there.
Yeah.
So this will go back. I'm not sure why we're exchanging penalties here.
Yeah, you don't need that. Nobody needs that. Just play football.
Yeah. Coming up at halftime, I don't know if the band's going on the field. But if they are, I'll unplug and you'll be able to hear them or see them. So we'll keep it here. Try to get you some updates on scores and see where we are. And good looking kick there. Picked up at the 5.
Try and get the edge. Uh-oh. Violent tackle.
Yeah, it was. Clean, though.
Was clean. We got Vero Beach 20-13 at halftime.
Okay.
O'Galley is up 21-0 against Astronaut at halftime.
Saw that one.
All right. Merritt Island up 10-6 against Melbourne with 47 seconds left in the second quarter.
Knew it would be a matter of time before Brady Denenberg. Not sure how they scored, but it's tough to keep it Denenberg down.
Sure. Bayside 26-0 with 3 minutes left in the half.
Good for Coach Broomfield.
Yeah, we like to see that.
Coach Cliff Nichols, he's building that program at Space Coast. Nice run. But that's going to take us. I don't see Viera taking a timeout here. I just see him.
No, I think you just kind of lick your wounds, get into the half here. I'll tell you what, I came down here for Viera's spring game against Bayside, and I was thoroughly impressed with number 5, Judah Knight. That young man can run the football.
He's a slasher, too, isn't he?
He is. Oh, they do.
Sims.
Try to go for another play.
Sims
Stepping up.
Keep it, yeah.
Oh,
my.
Think you got to slide down there, young man.
Yeah, he gets the first down with 5 seconds to go. clock is stopped because they got to move the chains. Once the chains are moved, it'll likely take us to the end of the first half. And again, coming up, I'm going to not sure you're going to be able to hear the halftime show, so I apologize for that. In fact, I know you won't. So, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. It's been all Rockledge Raiders. Your score heading into halftime: Rockledge 24, Viera 3. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes with the start of the third quarter.
So what was the goal that went 7 on his?
I don't think we got it. All right. Hey, Lee. All right, welcome back here. 5 seconds ago until we start the second half. And again, my apologies. We have to charge up so that we're able to have enough juice for the entire game. But, Coach, I tell you, I was down on the sidelines and talking to Coach Smith, and I said, what adjustments do you make in the second half? And he said, my quarterback needs to throw the football down the field, and my DBs need to cover. And I know it sounds simple, but that really is what's happened here. CJ, he said CJ is more apt to run with the ball. He wants him to get rid of it, stop holding on to it, and his DBs are just getting beat deep.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to get Giles involved in some way, shape, or form. Like we said at the first half, I don't think we've called his name once, and he's arguably your best playmaker. So you need to get him the ball, whether that's throwing it down the field or they haven't had much time to throw the ball down the field. So maybe get him started in some quick game, and then really what it boils down to, they gotta have their DBs cover better. I'd like to see some more safety help, especially to that single receiver side, whether that means go to a two deep receiver look but they definitely need help in the secondary.
No doubt about it, and would like to thank Community Credit Union for the sponsorship of tonight's game here on Brevard Sports Network. But, we could talk about the adjustments all day long, but right now, to me, Trevin Green and Ryan Black and Trevin Green has just been outstanding here tonight. And I get what Coach Smith is saying in that, look, their quarterback is just throwing the ball deep down the field, but he's bought time. He's gone through his progressions. And like on that touchdown in the end zone there at the end of the half, he bought time, went through his reads, found a guy.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a heck of an athlete, but he hasn't been using his legs so much as to gain the yards. It's been to keep the play going longer so he can use his arm to make big plays. And, that's you got to nod your head to the young man because, I mean, shoot, he's only a sophomore, and he's making some veteran plays out there.
No doubt. That score is right. If you're just tuning in, it is indeed the Rockledge Raiders 24, the Viera Hawks 3. And again, this has been the Achilles heel for this program under Derek Smith, and that is beating the Rockledge's Cocos. And last year they fell to O'Galley of the world. And I don't have the answer, but I know that when you looked at this team coming in today, you just looked on paper and saw 26 sophomores and felt like that veteran front seven was going to create havoc for a group that didn't even have their best offensive lineman in tonight, and Bryce Love, and it just simply has not been the case.
No, and I mean, the Viera front four, they've made plays, but, I mean, Rockledge has been able to make better plays, really, and it goes back to Trevin Green using his legs to buy that time. It's really impressive to see what Rockledge's backup offensive linemen have been able to do because, I mean, it's thrown for 3 touchdowns now, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and I tell you, and of course Ryan Black, the way he got open on the one there, running away from coverage. Now Viera will get the football to start the second half, and dare I say, if they don't score a touchdown here, and Rockledge bounce, I mean, this could be a 31-3, 38-3 game in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, very quickly. They have to get a touchdown on this opening drive of the half. They can't settle for 3 at this point. They've got to get into the end zone.
Yep. Because the one thing that you just can't have happen in the backyard brawl is a running clock.
No. I mean, this is for bragging rights, man.
Yeah.
These guys, they all know each other. I'm sure they went to middle school with some of these guys or elementary school or whatever. I mean, shoot, I live in Rockledge. It took me 7 minutes to get here, so these guys are right next to each other.
No doubt about it. Bywater set to kick off here. Back deep, can't see the number, so we'll keep you posted. And we are underway. Total Leather, second half, ball fielded at the 5. And Bywater's just done a great job tonight kicking off, and this is Colm Grant Johnson. And that's the way you start a second half. That's a nice tackle there by number 26, it appears. And if that's the case, that's 28 probably, Daryl Smith. And is that 28? 28 or 20? If it's 28, it's Daryl Smith. If it's 20, it's Trevellis Lincoln, the junior. And this is where C.J. Sims. Now, another interesting turn of events that we saw at the half was a 7 on Jamari Lyons' jersey now. He's not 99. He is now 79. And the reason for that is Jamari Lyons is now down on the field playing offensive line.
Hey, that's part of the adjustment. The offensive line has been getting whipped a little bit. Get one of your bigger, stronger athletes out there. I mean, I know he's going to go to college as a defensive tackle, but that kind of shows the teammate he is to switch numbers and go block.
Right now he's playing left tackle. Throws, is the out pass caught up the sidelines.
And that's what Viera needs to do there, is just these quick little plays, get the ball to their athletes and let them make the play.
We were talking about Jamari Lyons. Let me zoom in here real quick if I could for a minute. There he is. You see the white tape on his jersey that says 79. Lyons is playing right now what appears to be the left guard position. First down for Viera.
Tell you what, he's playing it pretty well, too.
Yeah, he is. That's number 5 on the carry there. That's Judah Knight, and he will have to come off for a play as his helmet comes off. 11:03 to go, third quarter. Viera, 2nd and 7, and this is a pretty good start for the Hawks.
They've had number 7, Jalen Hayward, on Giles the whole game. And again, we haven't heard. So you really got to give a shout out to number 7 out there. Only a sophomore. There he goes, getting off the block, making the tackle.
Good play. And he didn't, wasn't overly Jalen Hayward. Nice job. And he knew when to lay off. Didn't make the didn't commit the penalty there. But that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Big third down conversion.
Huge third down. They have to pick this up. I mean, I think at this point, if they don't, I think you got to go for it, even if they don't pick it up.
Yeah, I agree.
But you don't want that pressure.
Sims looks, fires, throws.
There
caught.
He is.
Nice job.
There he is.
Donovan Giles, first catch of the night. And that'll be a Viera Hawk first down, and that's the first time we've said that in quite some time.
Yeah, and they needed that.
Sims gives.
Oh.
Nah, you gotta.
Can't do that.
No, and I'll tell you, as good of a back as Judah Knight is, you gotta commit. You can't turn around and you gotta commit to the hole.
And that's a young mistake. That's being a young player and making that mistake. You could get away with that on JV. You could get away with that in City League, but you can't do that when you're up playing on Friday nights. Just hit the hole and take what you can get.
Yep. Sims now 2nd and 14 from the gun. Turns, fires, Giles again, and that time the same pass that picked up yards loses yards, and it's going to be 3rd down at about 18 now for the Viera Hawks.
Yeah, they tried a little shield screen there. They were going to release the left tackle 78 there onto the corner, which you think you have a good chance there. A big guy blocking a littler guy, but 7, Hayward, he blew right through that block and blew that up.
Yeah, he did. Actually, they didn't lose any yards. It's 3rd and 14, and boy, I tell you, here we go. It's a big play, and I hate to continuously say that this 3rd down is big or that 3rd down is big, but they need points. Touchdown on this drive, as we said. Sims looks, pump fakes, and that's too long. Sims fires it deep.
Corks it.
He's got him. Caught. Nice play.
And a catch. Wow.
I tell you.
What a throw under pressure by Sims. And we knew he could do that.
Yeah.
We knew he could. It was only a matter of time. That was a beautiful play.
Who the receiver on the play there, whew, that's your baby right there. I tell you what, CJ with a great throw on that. He scared me when he pump faked because I thought he was taking too much time, but he stepped up and let it go. That was a beaut, Clark.
And, it just shows how much of a veteran he is. He steps up in the pocket. He lets the play develop, and the pressure was bearing down, but he he let it go. It wasn't the prettiest ball in the air, but it got there.
Yep, no, that's right, and that's a huge completion, as they are now inside of the Community Credit red zone, and maybe that's what CJ needed, was a little bit of confidence.
Sure.
Sims looking, fires, throws.
Oh,
incomplete. Is that a flag in the back of the end zone?
I don't think they threw it, but I think they should have.
Yeah, I think they should have thrown one there too.
I mean, he had a guy draped all over him. Another big third down here.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't think, look, you don't have to pick up these 8 yards in one fell swoop. Again, I'm of the mind, if you don't make this first down, Perdomo stays on the sidelines, and you go for the first down of the touchdown.
I think you have to. I think you have 2 downs here to pick up this first down. Like you said, you don't need to pick up the whole 8 yards in one play, but you definitely need to pick up the 8 yards.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a great way to put it. 9:08 to play, third quarter, all Rockledge so far. Community Credit Union, we've got you covered. Or I should say they've got you covered. No doubt about it. CCU offers over 50,000 free ATMs nationwide, including Publix. Celebrating 68 years, and they are voted one of the best credit unions in the country. And as Logan said earlier, if you're a teacher and you go through them, you get your paycheck a day early.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't. C.J. Sims, third down and 8. Don't have to get it all here, but as Coach Pettit said, you got to get it. Sims looks, fires, throws. There's the
there
flag.
You go.
Yep.
And that might have been a bit of a makeup call, because that was PI, but it wasn't as bad as it was in the last play. So
yeah, he's going to get that's a half the distance to the goal, and that'll be a Viera Hawk first down.
Fortunate swing for Viera there.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
And, to be honest, they faced some big third downs coming out of the half, but, they've looked good doing it too. So I don't know what Coach Smith said there at halftime, but it worked so far.
Yep, no doubt. Sliding the camera so I don't keep running into the windowsill there. All right, Sims now. Actually, it's not half the distance. Third down, Sims. Can he get in?
Nice.
C.J. Sims with a much-needed Viera Hawk touchdown.
Absolutely. It's a football game. It is still a football game.
24-9 now. 8:57 to play, third quarter. And C.J. Sims with the rushing touchdown from about 8 yards out. Good play by the senior.
Made a couple nice throws, showing off the legs that time.
And that's exactly what he needed to do to pick up some confidence there. Now you need a big stop by this Hawk defense.
Absolutely.
And if you're the Raiders, I'd keep airing it out.
Yeah, I think something that'll be interesting to look at is now that Lyons is playing both sides of the ball now, is he going to tire out or not?
And Perdomo kicks that one straight to the scoreboard. And with 8:57 to play, C.J. Sims in an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Viera Hawks have closed the gap to 2 touchdowns. It's 24-10. We'll be back in just a minute with the kickoff. Yeah, I'll tell you, I got to give Sims' parents credit here. They have to sit here and listen to us criticize him for an entire half, right?
Hey, they've been really good sports about it. So shout out to the Sims family.
That's right. You're right. I love it. But she made another good point. That drive, CJ, a better drive for him. But you got Jamari Lyons playing our left guard.
Playing it well, too. Had more time to throw the ball. Looked a little bit more comfortable.
Nice kickoff there. and out to the 30, 31, 32, and down he goes. Nice tackle there, and Trevin Green will try to answer as the Viera Hawks come out here, or the Rockledge Raiders come out here with a 14-point lead and 8:48 to play in the third quarter. First and 10 now.
Yeah, Lyons is still out there at defensive tackle. Again, something to watch because
this is tough this time of the year. If it's October, end of September, the weather's cooler, the humidity's not as high, and as the glow sticks from the Raider faithful over there. Cell phones are lit. That's cool looking.
Yeah, it does look cool from where we're sitting.
Yeah, and the Viera faithful are doing it on this side. Green, swing pass, caught. Nice job by Johnny Eaton over there.
There he is. He's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, our concern with Lions going both ways is, what comes first, right? The chicken or the egg? I mean, you got to score points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with him playing the offensive line, but you also got to stop the other team from scoring as well. So we'll see.
Looks like we got a cramp here in the secondary.
And that is indeed what we got. And checking in is Alvin Toney. Keep your eye on that. Toney lining up at the deep safety position here. Trevin Green from the gun. Raiders hold up there as the Hawks show blitz. Andreas Foreman was coming. I don't know what Jamari Lyons was doing, but he was dancing Gibbs straight up the middle. Beautiful trap play.
Good open field tackle. Yeah, they tried to get Lyons to jump. He almost did. He was celebrating not jumping, but then they ran right into his gap. So
Jody Maynard with a nice carry there to bring up third and short. You're right. That's exactly what happened. He overcommitted. We talked about that with athletic young players.
Mm-hmm.
And they just caught him, trapped him.
Caught him.
3rd and 3 now. Green. Certainly a 3 and out would be ideal here, but Green has shown all night long that,
even on 4th and long.
Yeah. Oh,
good stick.
How about that?
That's Eaton. Mr. Eaton again.
Johnny,
he's still up.
Oh, wow. Johnny Eaton had him, lost him, got him again.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd like to see the defense flow up a little quicker when he's got him held up instead of watching it, but tick for tat, it's still 4th down.
4th and 1 here. What does Younger do?
He's got the offense on the field. This would be big for the Viera defense. If they stop him here, this is excellent field position.
You cannot jump.
No. Safety's up close. They might have some sort of blitz going with a cover 0 behind it. No, he bails.
Oh, look at that. What a play.
Oh.
What a play by the sophomore. Great play action. Everybody bit. The receiver, the ball was actually past him. The receiver made an outstanding catch.
Yep.
Grabbed it with his fingertips. 1st and 10. Who was that?
I didn't catch that, who it was.
What a play.
That was an excellent catch. I think it might have been for Elijah Louder.
Yeah, it could have been. Coming up after the game tonight, be sure to join me live here on Brevard Sports Network for the post-game show. I'll be live at Walk-Ons as we'll have guests come on and we'll break down the night in high school football. And I tell you, we got any scores over there?
Let me look.
Yeah, let's take a look here. And there's the action. Of course, Heritage and Palm Bay postponed, but Bayside was well out in front of Space Coast. The closest game, 2 closest games of the night were Melbourne and Merritt Island, as well as Cocoa and Vero Beach. At last look, Vero was up 20-13.
Vero Beach is up 27-19 at halftime now.
Okay.
O'Galley's still up 21-0. Merritt Island still 10-6 at the half.
Got you. Green drops back, looks. He pumps. He does not. He pulls it down. He gets outside, cuts back, and he will lose a yard officially, so that'll be a sack.
I'll tell you what, Viera defense was lucky on that because they had a post splitting those two safeties in the middle of the field. Another half second, he would uncork that.
Caden Rasco eventually catches Green over there on the far sideline. 5:55 to play here in the third quarter. It's a 24-10 Rockledge lead in the Community Credit Union Game of the Week here on the Brevard Sports Network. Once again, we'd like to thank Community Credit Union. Viera showing blitz again.
Uh-oh.
They bring it. Green gets out of trouble. Nobody there. Green down the sidelines. That's the danger if you don't get him on the blitz. None of the linebackers were there to catch him.
Yeah, and they had him dead to rights, over-pursued him a little bit. He spun out of it, lost contain on the edge.
That's the athletic ability of the sophomore. But it's 3rd and 5, and another great opportunity here for this Hawk defense. With some Orem, switches sides, and the give. Now, look, if they went for it before, you're definitely going for it now.
Especially right there at midfield.
Yeah. Logan Pettit, Alan Slaughter-Zinski with you here on the Brevard Sports Network. TikTok, this has been that's Jamari.
That is the last person you need to go down right now. Let's hope it's just a cramp or something like that.
I got to think it's just a cramp. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, they're grabbing his calf. Okay, good. I mean, you hate to see somebody go down, especially somebody that's that integral to this Viera team.
All right, Logan, what's your solution? Everybody, like me, in the middle of the night, when I get them, shot of salt under the tongue, and about 30 seconds later, I'm okay. What is it for you?
Alan, it's funny you bring this up. The other night, I suffered a cramp in my calf, and it was the worst pain I've had in a while. My girlfriend can attest to this. I made her run to the kitchen, into the fridge, and grab a jar of pickles, and I took a slug of pickle juice and snapped right out of it.
There you go. I like it. Yeah, I've heard that one.
Somebody told me, though, if you put your legs straight and turn your feet out, it'll stop the cramp.
That's not true.
Okay.
Because I can promise you I've tried everything like that. And if it does work for people, well, good, because it's never worked for me.
I'll tell you what, pickle juice works every time.
Yeah, the salt thing does too, but I'm a little afraid because the next morning you check your blood pressure and, All right, big play here. 4th and 5 now. Hawk faithful yelling defense here. Green.
And they've got it covered well. Middle of the field is looking open. 4 was open. Okay.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
All right. We got a little life out of Viera here.
Yep.
Again, they were a touch lucky there. Number 4, Elijah Louder, was open in the middle of the field. That would have got him the first down, but Green just didn't see him there, and Viera is going to capitalize off of that.
Yeah, no doubt. Sometimes it's all right to be better lucky than good, but sometimes it's okay to be a little of both. And right now, Viera, you know what? Good things happening for him. But again, this is not a situation where they need 3. They need 7.
Absolutely.
Sims from the gun. Turns, gives, and what a play. That's number 2 coming in on the corner blitz or the linebacker blitz, Anthony Bridgewater, and he absolutely thumped you tonight.
Yeah, Bridgewater. He's listed as a linebacker on the roster. He's had his hand in the dirt most of the night, and he's been getting flat down that line of scrimmage and causing some problems in the backfield.
Yeah, he's coming off the end. That's 5. That's a 5-2 they're playing, it looks like.
Something like that.
Sims. Oh,
we got flags all over the field, too.
That could be a hold.
I don't know, but Sims took a shot there. He was looking to let one loose, too.
Let's see what the call is from the white hat. As the referees gather. All right, let's see what we got. I still don't know what he's calling.
Placed the ball there, but it looks like they're going to back him up. I'm going to assume it's a hold, unless they just picked it up.
They picked it up.
All right, play ball.
All right, 2nd and 12 now following the sack of Sims. Judah Knight to his right. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1, Judah Knight goes in motion. Sims pump fakes with the shoulders again. Gets outside. Tries to turn the corner. Runs out of bounds. He will pick up 5, maybe 4. 4, maybe 5. And actually, picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down and 8. 4:02 to play.
Yeah, and at this point you got to be happy about that if you're Viera. I mean, you turn what could have been a 3rd and long into a 3rd and manageable, and your quarterback didn't take a hit either.
Yeah, he's taken a few tonight.
Yeah, he sure has.
CJ's a tough kid.
How you like this formation?
Yeah, this is wild. 4 looks like a diamond almost.
Almost. We call that quads bunch.
And the Rockledge Raiders are going to take a timeout on the field. I want to say, I know Community Credit Union is sponsored tonight, but we've got other great sponsors as well that I, here on the Brevard Sports Network, would like to thank. And Dan Hancock is one with Sun Shop. I want to thank Dan for his support of BSN. I want to thank the Quarterback Club of Viera for their support of Brevard Sports Network, Slow and Low Barbecue. I want to thank them as well. Walk-Ons, of course, where the post-game show is. And all of the cheerleaders that support BSN. And tonight we had an opportunity again. Here are the Raiders cheerleaders.
We're the Rockledge High School cheerleaders, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network. Let's go, Raiders!
And
we are the Viera Hawks cheerleaders,
the Hawks.
and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
So thank you, ladies. Appreciate you. Get well, Cheryl Dravis, the coach of the Viera Hawk cheerleaders, and Sims all alone throws.
Looking for Giles. Oh, you got to come down with it.
Yeah, he had 3 big drops last week, and you got to catch that ball.
And Sims drops it in a bucket there. It was a wonderfully placed football.
I mean, you can't throw it any better than that.
No.
I mean, C.J. Sims on a dime that time.
It's good coverage, too, and he just
Yeah.
He
had it. Yeah. Should have been caught.
Looks like 7 is cramping for Rockledge. That's Jalen Hayward. He's been on Giles most of the night.
Coach Smith is not happy. Coming up tomorrow here on the Brevard Sports Network, we kick off our youth football coverage. Of course, we are contracted and will be carrying Century Viera youth football all year, but we kick off the year tomorrow with the Satellite Beach Seahawks youth football. The 8, 10, 12, and 14 youth teams will all take on the Deltona Panthers tomorrow. All that action starts at 10:30 tomorrow morning right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Coming up Monday, it's doubleheader volleyball action as the Rockledge Raiders will host the Merritt Island Mustangs, and Holy Trinity will travel to face the Satellite Scorpions. That's 4 of the top 6 teams in the county doing battle here Monday night on Brevard Sports Network. It's 4th and 8, and Jared Perdomo is on. What do you do here? You throw a fake, Ryan Black's back deep.
You keep it away from Ryan Black, first and foremost. I wouldn't be surprised if it was fake. They're going to kick it, but
it's
no.
Blocked. And Rockledge recovers, and it was either Daquan Davis or Anthony Bridgewater that got their hands on it.
Wow.
That took a long time to develop.
It sure did, and whoever it was that came in and blocked it, he just came in and reached his long arm out there and took it right off the toe of the punter.
Yep.
You don't need that if you're Viera.
No.
Now, so far in the second half, they have kept Mr. Green in check a little bit. So with this short field, let's see if they can keep that going. It makes it just that much harder when they have
3:49 to play. That's a good point, and they indeed have held the Raiders scoreless here. Oh, my goodness.
There he is.
Guess who's back from cramps?
He got some pickle juice in him.
Yes, he did. As Eminem used to say, guess who's back?
Wonderful play. Blew up that power block. They were trying to pull the guard, and he blew that thing up.
That's a loss of 5. That'll be 2nd and 15 now for Rockledge. They're going to have 4 wide receivers split equally to both sides. Green from the gun. Looks, fires, throws, near side, caught. Nice pitch and catch there, and that's going to pick up about.
Be close to it.
Yeah, it's going to be there.
So now you got a 3rd and very short here. You really got to bow up if you're Viera.
It's Xavier Alexander on the catch there, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and short. And short is about 1.5 yards to go, and this is certainly 2-down territory. You got to think they're going to, unless you make a big play here defensively.
I think they'd still go for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking, and it's a sweep to Black, and Black cuts the corner down the sidelines. Ryan Black cuts it back. Ryan Black still on his feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at the athleticism of Black. And Ryan Black picks up 26.
What a run. He ran like Raheem last year.
That was incredible. That ball now inside the Community Credit Union red zone here.
Yeah, I think Coach Jamie Chatwell got him a good one over there in Conway, South Carolina, and Ryan Black.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good call there, Coach.
Thanks. Big Chanticleers guy.
1st and 10 now. What a call, too. Nice call.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that Husker play, that power read, and handed it off on the jet, and what a run.
Well, Coach, let me say this tonight. I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully I found myself a new broadcast partner. I've been looking for 2 years. And so you don't get back into coaching tonight, you're welcome to sit next to me any Friday night.
I'd be happy to do it, man. I'm having a blast.
Good. Glad to hear it. 2nd down and 5 now for Rockledge. The Raiders looking to make it 4 in a row over Viera. Ryan Black from the gun, 2nd and 5, 6. Throws. He had to adjust that as the arm of the defensive end was there. I think that was Andreas Foreman that got his arm up. Maybe somebody else. But it altered the throw, and it's a good thing because the receiver was wide open.
Yeah, it looks like they've gone to a bit more of a cover 3 look as opposed to running that man. And the problem with that is, it's good if you're guarding deep, but you're staying on top of that receiver. You want to stay widest, deepest as that outside receiver. But if they're going to throw hitches and comebacks like that, you give up a lot of cushion.
So this is 3rd down, and I don't know if they take the 3, but 3 is big here for that extends the lead to 17.
Yeah, but I think if you're Viera, you'd rather have 3 than a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Black in trouble, and that'll be a sack.
Yeah. We got
extracurricular
issues over there. That was that's a nice job by, I think that's 72 on Viera of just getting up and not indulging in what was going on back there.
And the other thing, too, is I'm going to say this. There are times that you teach your quarterback to take a sack, and that's one of them. He didn't try to force anything. He didn't throw a red zone interception. That's an impressive non-play from the sophomore, in my opinion. Because a lot of times you see these student athletes at that age want to make something happen and throw the ball in the end zone, and that's when you see the pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And something else that's been impressive about him is when he does move around and stuff like that, his eyes have been up the entire time. He's keeping him downfield. Wait until the last possible minute before he has to tuck it and run. So you can tell he wants to get that throw in, but you're right, that was smart, just taking that sack and coming away with 3 points.
Yep. All right, Bywater on to try to extend the lead. 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The snap, the hold, the kick. And that ball was, I believe, not blocked, but it was most certainly affected. I believe that's number 45 for the Viera Hawks there coming off the field. And if indeed it is, that's Connor Nelson who got in there and did an outstanding job to keep it at a 14-point game.
Yeah, Alan, that looked like my approach shot out on the golf course.
I don't even remember what a golf course looks like unless it's what is it, Ultra Golf on the phone.
Yeah.
Again, and I know I keep saying it, but you know what? Thank you to Community Credit Union tonight and the Viera Hawks Booster Club. All right. C.J. Sims back out now. Judah Knight to his left. Sims pump fakes, throws, and down the field. And that time the ball intended for number 7, Cohen Graham Johnson. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. If I could do one thing with CJ, it would be the pump fake. I would reteach him the pump fake.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'd get away from the pump fake altogether.
Yeah.
Right now. Just try and get something in rhythm.
And that time, getting his hand in there was Nate Lopez, the sophomore. The shoulders. That's 3/4 of a second to a second.
Mm-hmm.
And it is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you take – and you got to utilize that to your advantage. And when you utilize it that much, it's no longer an advantage to the quarterback.
Right. I mean, if you're just pump faking on, every other throw, they're not going to bite on it.
They're not biting on it. You're right. So that's going to take us to the end of the fourth quarter. A quarter the Hawks won. They pick up the lone points, a touchdown by the aforementioned C.J. Sims. The Hawks have closed the gap to 14. Still time, but Viera looking good here as we go to the start of the fourth quarter. Back with it in just a minute.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
All right, Green from the gun. And the fourth quarter's underway. Sims from the gun. And he is brought down from behind. And guess who? Anthony Bridgewater.
I'll tell you what, Bridgewater having himself a nice little game on both sides of the football.
Not a big kid either.
No.
But he's fast.
Very quick off the edge. He kind of reminds me of the way O'Galley used Dink Jackson, I think, last year and the years before.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, not the biggest guy in the world. Probably going to translate more to like a striker type position at the next level. But
yep.
The best of what you got on the edge, and he's doing an excellent job of it.
Yep. All right, it's 24-10, 11-17 to go here, and the Hawks are forced to punt. Last time they tried this, they had it blocked. Coach Smith told me before the game, that's a beautiful punt, the best of the night from anyone.
Down it.
That's a 47-yard punt by Jared Perdomo. And I tell you what, he got his foot into that one, caught the wind, and away it went.
Yeah, more importantly, he kept it away from Ryan Black.
Yeah. Good hang time.
Yeah. The last thing you want to do here is give up a big play on a special teams or something like that. You said they won the third quarter, and they did. They scored more points, but I think more importantly is they kept Rockledge out of the end zone.
Yep.
And they were able to stop the bleeding a little bit. Now they just got to string it together a little bit more. I mean, this game is not over yet.
No, it's not. And the Hawks right here, or the Raiders, I should say, right here, any points at all from them, I think, would be the nail in the coffin. That's my call on that. I could be wrong, but even if it's 3.
I think you can live with 3. I think 7 takes you out.
And that'll be a sack. Or no, that was actually a design run. Next week, it's Baker County. It's the first meeting between the schools. Wildcats coached by former Hawks head coach Kevin Mays. And then the Vero Beach Fighting Indians will come here. Look, Viera's got to get better. or they could be staring at 0-3.
Yeah, they really need to fix some things up front, specifically on the offensive line. I mean, those are some big kids. I mean, you have the clay to work with there. You just gotta mold it to what you want it to be.
Oh, that ball is fumbled, recovered by Viera.
All right.
What a stick. And recovered by, I think, Johnny Eaton.
I wouldn't surprise me. He's been all over the field. I like that kid. He plays hard.
Johnny Eaton with the recovery, and that'll be first down. All right. If you're a Hawks fan, here you go. This is about the shot you asked for.
Yeah, a little life here. Let's see if they can compound that momentum.
All right, C.J. Sims, Judah. Sims got to get rid of it, throws, and he just lofts it over the head of his intended receiver, Cohen Graham Johnson. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Smart play by C.J. just to get rid of it there.
Yeah, and he did Cohen Graham Johnson a courtesy there because had he caught that, I think he would have been feeling it until the next morning.
Yes, indeed. 3 wide receivers near side. You give his he fakes it.
Oh,
no. Right to the linebacker.
That's I believe that's
second,
11 again.
Yeah, his second interception of the night. Derek McCormick from Sims just right to him.
And I liked what Sims was trying to do there. He had the seam route. He just needed to put a little bit more under that football instead of rifling it in there. And
never saw him.
Just an unfortunate moment for the young man.
But what an outstanding performance tonight by Derek McCormick with his second. Now, look, I know CJ threw the ball right to him, but you still got to catch it.
Yeah. And, I mean, linebackers, it's not often that they get the interceptions. Usually the DBs do. So good for the young man, the sophomore, again. They're all over this field.
So the Hawks and the Raiders trade turnovers, a fumble and an interception. The Hawks last year were a +9 in that category. So far here tonight, a -1.
I would not be shocked if Rockledge tries to take a shot here.
Yeah.
Well, they keep it conservative.
Look at that. Good run. Gutsy run this time of the game. Jalen Hayward picks up 8, maybe 9. Stays in bounds as the clock continues to run. 2nd and 2. Coming up here in about an hour on Brevard Sports Network, it'll be the Walk-Ons post-game show. What time is it, Coach?
I got 9:16 currently.
All right, we should be done here by about 9:45 down there with the cameras rolling by about 10:30, I'd say. Boy, it is soapy. What's the word I'm looking for? Soupy out there. Soupy out there tonight. 2nd and 2.
They went back to that same play.
Yeah, why not? And look at this.
I think we're going to have an illegal formation down here, though. The ref here, the side judge, dropped one out of his pocket.
And credit to Derek Smith because Smith called the penalty. That'll back him up 5 yards on the illegal formation. So it'll be. Yep, that's the call. Good eye, Coach.
All right, we got O'Galley up 31-0 at Astronaut.
Yep.
8 minutes left.
Not a shocker.
Vero Beach, 34-26. 4 minutes left. That is certainly a football game.
In the game?
Yeah.
Wow. I tell you, that's a football team. Vero Beach won 65 straight games.
Yeah.
Regular season games. A streak that started in 2013, just ended last year. Treasure Coast beat them last year at home. And that's one of the toughest places in the country to play. And it sounds like Coco's done a good job down there tonight.
I mean, it's impressive to go undefeated in any season. Just a regular undefeated season.
Is that a fumble? No, that's incomplete.
That's
that
incomplete.
was forward pass.
But to do it 5 years in a row, I mean, you don't see that very often.
Jankowski's 102-13 in his 10 years.
That's unreal.
I mean, think about that. 5 years in a row, the only loss he had was the next to the last game of the year.
Yeah.
And that's the knock on Viera. They've never been to the state championship game under Lenny Jankowski. I asked Jankowski about that, the other day, and I was as polite as I could be about asking the question, but what's the missing link? And he says, I just really think that, we have to approach. He says, I know this is coach speak, Alan, but it really is a game at a time thing for us. And I think what we've done in the past is we've known that we were so good that we got caught looking ahead. Mm-hmm. He said, so we're going to try it this way now. So we'll see.
And I know they got some athletes down there. They got a really good receiver in Vandravius Jacobs, I believe his name is.
Going to Florida State. I know you're happy about that.
Sure is. That's why I know his name. But yeah, and they're in 8A, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a tough classification to play in, and I get it, but I'd like to see him in a state championship game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I got a little affection for him. I wish they were a Brevard County school. Jankowski's a friend. I appreciate him. First or third. Oh, look at that! Nice play.
Little shield screen.
Yeah, that's good pursuit by the Hawks defense, but unfortunately, he's going to pick up close to a first down. Did they? I want to see Jankowski win that thing, though. Billy Livings, right? It's the Citrus Bowl with Billy Livings Field. It's just a great place to play. Were you there? Were you on the team? No, I looked it up. Yeah. 1981 they did. They get that state championship under Billy Livings Field. Or under Billy Livings. The Citrus Bowl, a great place to play high school football.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, they're going to come here in 2 weeks, and I got news for you. Viera's going to need a little bit better performance than this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
You're going to see Maurice Smith Jr., who transferred from Fort Pierce Westwood, as did your guy, I believe, transferred from Fort Pierce Westwood.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think you're right in that, yeah.
And so they get 3 Fort Pierce Westwood. They've got a defensive back in Mons III, who's an Indiana guy. Mm-hmm. They always have athletes all over the field. 8:23 to go, timeout on the field. But how about O'Galley? Oh, Chris Sands doing it again. A lot of times when you think about it, people say they lost 17 players, 9 to Division I schools, headed for a down season. You know what? Chris Sands, for the job that he's done there in the 3 years that he's been there, has earned the opportunity to say he's one of the upper echelon teams in this county.
Sure, I think so. I mean, he's kind of proven it. They always have relatively good season, strong season, and there's no reason to think that they're not one of the better teams in the county.
Yep. What's that Merritt Island Melbourne score?
13-6 last I checked, with 2:50 left in the third quarter.
Okay. Wow, that's a fast game, that Vero Beach game.
Must be running the football.
Yeah.
Got a little power eye look here.
6 minutes. Vero by 6.
All right, well.
That's going to bring up 4th and 2.
I think that was 4th down.
Oh, was it? Yeah, that's right. All right, so a turnover on downs.
Okay, so the interception proved to be non-consequential. I mean, it ate up some time on the clock, which is very valuable at this point, but didn't give up any points. You're still in it.
And I'll give you the clock here in just a second. Take a look. 8:17 to go. Need a quick scoring strike here. Sims lets it fly. Caught. Ooh, in and out of the hands. And Dominic Gentile, normally sure-handed. Sims has thrown 3 balls tonight that have been spot on, 2 to Giles and 1 to Gentile. You got to hang on.
Got to catch it. If
they hit you in the midst.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to catch it.
Yep.
The one here down the sidelines to Giles is the one. Second and 10. And dropped again.
Another drop. I mean, now his receivers aren't doing him any favors now.
That's a little behind him, but it was still a catchable ball.
Again, hit him in the hands.
And it's a big moment right now. You've got to hold on to that. I mean, you catch it, you make it third and manageable, close to a first down, and you're able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. I mean, that's an important catch to make.
Yep, Quincy Gillens, that's exactly right. 3rd and 10 now. Sims, Gillens again. He hangs on that time, but well short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th and 5, and I think you got to go for this.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah.
I think Viera's putting the punt team on the field.
And you're right. Perdomo comes on. That would be my one questionable call of the night. I don't second guess anybody, but I think I'd go for this here.
Yeah, I mean it would have been 4th and very manageable here, only about 4 or 5 yards, and
Ryan Black is back deep. We don't kick it to him, right?
No, I wouldn't.
And not quite end over end, but that ball will bounce. Black will pick it up and still on his feet.
Got to get him down. There they go. Swarm them.
And so it'll be, I'll tell you what, 7:14 to play. Trevin Green comes out. The young man has just impressed me tonight.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first time I've seen the kid play, and I'd like to see him again.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. He is very impressive.
His O-line, yeah, but he's also bought some time. Oh, yeah, they are, especially considering yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. So we need to show some love to the offensive line.
Oh, I think we really do. They're out 2 starters on the offensive line.
Bryce Lovett included.
Yeah, Bryce Lovett. They're stalwart of that offensive line, and yeah, Green's had to run around a little bit, but I mean the run game's been there as well. So
yeah, they picked up yards on the ground when they've needed to, and that Rockledge Raider, that Columbia Blue has made some big holes tonight.
Yeah.
And there's another one. I mean, that's 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards.
And, they're in 4-minute offense mode, even though there's 7 minutes left. But they're just trying to burn as much clock as they can.
2nd and 7. Once again, I want to say get well, Coach Dravis. See ya in Baker County next week. Pump fake, or not pump fake, but play action, I should say. Turns, fires, first down.
Yeah, keeping them chains moving.
6, and the clock. Clock will stop to move the chains. Feels like rain, doesn't it?
Yeah, the wind picked up a little bit. There's a little coolness in the air. Wouldn't surprise me. It's rained off and on almost all day today.
I turned on the news this morning, and I very rarely do that anymore. But I turned on the news this morning, and I see there's a hurricane churning out there. Gonna blow up Louisiana, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. That time of the year, you just flip on the news at any given time. Oh, here we go, another one.
1st and 10, ball at the 35. Straight up the middle, look at that, and there you go. That one, all credit to the offensive line.
Yeah, and they got to the second level there. The linebackers were nowhere to be found, and that crease opened right on up, and talented running back took it.
5:55 to go, and that's going to be a timeout by the Viera Hawks. And right now, Rockledge is just sucking the will right out of them.
Yeah, really imposing their will on this drive. And, even if they don't get any kind of scoring here, I imagine they're going to drive the ball a bit and eat up some very valuable minutes on that clock right now.
1st and 10, ball at the 55 to go. So if you're playing poker, fives are wild. And see here, Coach Pettit will get us updated here on the scores, if there is any.
Yeah, they haven't updated since the last time I've looked.
Okay.
So,
what was that Vero Coco score again?
It is, I just passed it, Vero 34, Coco 26.
Who's that? Oh, what's up, man? My buddy Gil. Gil and I will be making the trip. Yeah. Nah, that's not him.
Got a final score alert for Bayside. Really took it to Space Coast, 52-7.
Well, that's a running clock final, and congratulations to Coach Corey Broomfield, who I tell you, I was talking to Coach today on the ride over here because he's got a fundraiser, and I'm going to share it and all that. I said, Coach, I didn't forget about you. He goes, well, you really did, because I didn't put him in the ranks. I said, Coach, you got smoked 22-0. Watch, keep your eye here.
Going to that orbit motion
Yep.
again. Just
And
window dressing to hand it off, and the defense responded well.
Yeah, they did. That's actually going to be a loss. But, you know, and I want to give a shout-out to Coach Cliff Nichols of Space Coast. You know what? I mean, he's building, retooling there. Nichols is the fourth head coach in as many seasons there. Third head coach in as many seasons, I should say.
Got an update on the Merritt Island score, 16-6 with 9:24 left in the game. Merritt Island is up.
All right. Green throws. What a bullet. Flag down, though, in the area of holding. Great throw by the sophomore.
It's either going to be a hold or they might have a man downfield here. It looks like can't get the number there. I think it's 66 with the sleeves. Might have been a little far downfield.
And the referee says holding.
Holding. All right.
So that'll back him up 10, but that just give him a chance to run another play.
Yeah.
I may have declined that, taking the down. Nah, he completed the pass. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thinking it was incomplete. It was complete. So now it's going to be 2nd and 25. It's amazing how was that a spot foul?
It must have been because that looks a lot farther than 10
It
yards.
was just a 10-yard penalty. Now it's 2nd and 25 all of a sudden. Green turns, gives, and that'll be 3rd and 25. And, they're just content to run it out here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them.
I don't either. I don't blame them either.
I mean, I'm sure Viera's going to get the ball back at least one more time. So if, maybe they're able to get one in the end zone there and, get some late game dramatics.
What'd you see here tonight that either changed your mind about either one of these two teams or opened your eyes?
I think the dynamic that is added out of Traven Green in that Rockledge offense has opened up some new doors for Coach Younger. Last year we saw a lot of quarterback run, but, they'd get the ball quickly to the receivers on the outside, but I think they've really got a vertical passing game that they've been able to unlock with this young quarterback. With Viera, I don't want to count them out because you can never count Viera out, but they definitely have some woes across the offensive line that need to be addressed. And I think they'll be capable of doing so, but it's just a matter of when it happens.
Here's an honest question for you. And when it comes to Coach Smith and myself, we always throw the honesty back and forth, and we're sometimes brutally honest with one. Has Viera fallen out of that top tier with the Cocos and the Rockledges in terms of programs, in your opinion?
I think it's entirely too early to say that. They've had great seasons. Certainly not the seasons that they wanted to have, certainly not the seasons they've had since, and here's a fumble, since 2015. But, they've had good seasons in their own right. They've won their district. I don't even remember the last time they've lost their district. So, to me, that's a successful season. I wouldn't put them in a rung below what they have been. Are they, I think 1 and 2, it's easy to say that's Coco and Rockledge, but I think Viera's right there in that top 5, the top 3 even. It's tough to say they aren't.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, and we're going to get a better, you're right. For me, it is Coco Rockledge, but I don't know. It just felt like for me it was Coco Rockledge Viera, and then everybody else. But to me now, I feel as though watching this, and look, they'll clean this up. They'll get this. This is an outstanding coaching staff. Mike DeGore, Derek Smith, these guys will get this fixed. But to me, last year they got, Rockledge beat them pretty good last year. Came in here 2 years ago, 10 men down, beat them pretty good. 14-point lead here tonight. To me, it's Coco, Rockledge, and it used to be Viera and everybody else. Now, to me, it's Coco, Rockledge, and I see O'Galley, but I think it's Coco Rockledge, everybody else right now.
Yeah, and maybe so. I think it's too early in the season right now. No, that's not good.
Oh, wow. And that, if the nail weren't in the coffin, it is now.
Yeah.
Fumbled the punt, picked up the third turnover of the night. Will likely exit the stands in terms of you'll likely see the stands empty.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not being overly critical. I'm just, I'm giving my opinion.
Sure. Yeah.
And look, again, they do a terrific job, and these are great student athletes. But we do tend to we've seen it all summer long. People have gravitated towards these rankings that people were putting out around the 4th of July. Who puts rankings out around the 4th of July? But now everybody commented on them. All of the programs weighed in. So I think it's fair now that we've seen a couple of games and it's been 2-3 years. For me, it's Coco, Rockledge, everybody else.
And I think that's fair. I call these guys the Twitter pundits that are out there. Everybody and their brother has a ranking out there. And it is what it is, but it can become a distraction, especially to these kids.
Yep.
But something I'd like to comment on, I think it's a good thing that Viera played this game early, got this game in, because I think this game is going to be pivotal in coachable moments, and they'll be able to point out the mistakes, and this is a good enough coaching staff to point out, here's where we went wrong, here's what we need to do right going forward, and this is a good opponent it's a measuring stick game.
Let me say this, and I want to flip the script here a little bit. I want to talk about Wayne Younger and the fact that Coach Younger says, you know what, he had other options at the quarterback position. And obviously we know that people will transfers open up all over this county, and we knew. But Coach Younger made his mind up early that Trevin Green was going to be his guy. And justifiably so, we see why.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, I don't know what goes on at that program, but to me, if you have a sophomore like this who is at least on par with an older guy, I think you have to go with the sophomore and set yourself up for the future. And if that's what he did, I mean,
look at that big run
there.
Yeah,
wow.
He's still on his feet. And that will do it with 2 minutes to go in this one. Great run, great blocking. Is that Bridgewater? Is that 4? 2 or 4? That's Elijah Louder, I believe. No, that was 2. That is 2.
There he is. There goes that man again.
Yeah. So who's your players of the game tonight?
Well, I think offensively, I think you obviously got to go with Trayvon Green.
Yeah.
I mean, the human highlight. Defensively, I think you got to go with Bridgewater. I mean, he came off the edge like a bullet. He even made some plays on offense, like we just saw. But he's been in the backfield all night tonight. So I think old 2 and 3 there.
Yeah, I concur. I agree with you. So we're gonna say our community credit union players of the game tonight on offense, sophomore quarterback Trayvon Green, and on defense, junior linebacker Anthony Bridgewater, with a nod to Derek McCormick and his 2 picks. But to me tonight, Bridgewater all over the field defensively for our community credit union players of the game.
Both underclassmen, too. Well, I mean, Bridgewater a junior, but they'll have him again next year, too.
And throwing it. Oh, I think they're trying to get the big man a touchdown there on the outside.
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Ordinarily I wouldn't really agree with throwing the football in this situation, but it is a rivalry. I'd certainly understand it.
Look, there were some social media things that happened this past week that a lot of people weren't happy about.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that's all I'm going to say. And so what you could be seeing with the attempt at another touchdown here is a result of maybe that. And look, you're right. It's a rivalry game. You know what? Sometimes you pour a little salt in the wound.
Yeah. And, I've gotten into it with other coaches about it, and the one thing I say is you don't like us scoring, don't let us in the end zone.
Don't let us in the end zone. And Derek Smith feels the same way.
Sure.
He's not going to complain that he's throwing the football. That's not Coach Smith's style.
No. No.
The hell was that thing that flew in here? I don't know what that thing
Pterodactyl.
was. Yeah, right. That's what it looked
It
like.
was a bat coming after us.
1:20 to go, and it's a good thing because we're at 9% on the battery. Throws, and he wants the big guy to get the touchdown there, but the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 1:11 to go and a 24-10 Rockledge lead.
Who's that they're going to at the top there?
It looks like to me number 90, Cedric Walker.
Really?
Yeah. Or is it Nate? Who is that?
I don't know, but he's big.
He's a big guy, yeah.
Is it 10?
Yeah, you know what? It's Nate Lopez, the sophomore linebacker. That guy, he looks like Travis Kelce built. You know what I mean? For a tight end.
15 years old.
Unbelievable. Straight up the middle give, and look at that hole. First down, and that'll end the football game. 4th and 7. The ball hits the ground. He hands it to him. Rockledge is going to try to score a touchdown here.
I believe so.
1:03 to go.
They got the time to do it.
Yeah, clock winds. 1st and goal inside the Community Credit red zone.
And, you know, credit where credit's due. Viera has kind of kept Green in check here in the second half, but now the running game has came alive.
And that's going to be a false start. Guard was pulling, and he pulled way too early. Davion Hawkins, 48.9 seconds to go. Join me in about an hour from Walk-Ons for the post-game show, as we will recap tonight in high school football. Is that Coco game over yet?
Let me check.
I don't know. He's going to look.
It's an overtime, 34-34.
What a game!
Wow.
And that time, still on his feet, is the running back, Coco and Viera. 34-34 in overtime. And the clock is still running, so I don't know if they're going to try and run one more play. Yeah. Can't wait to see the numbers from that one.
I know. I'd like to see the tape on it, to be honest with you.
We broadcast. And that's going to be the end of the game as the Rockledge Raiders will hold up the Area 51 sign, and the Raiders are the backyard brawl champions one more time. And there you see the trophy, and they're going to absolutely slide across that logo. There they are. Congratulations to Coach Wayne Younger and his Rockledge Raiders. A well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, the score doesn't necessarily indicate it, but there was good moments by both teams. It was a well-fought, well-battled game, and honor to watch it with you here, Alan.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And so we're going to pack up. We're going to get out of here. Again, I don't think Viera's got anything to be upset about. We saw some pictures that surfaced this week, and again, you know what? It's all fair in love and rivalries. So there you have it. Your final score: the Viera Hawks 24, the Rockledge Raiders 24, the Viera Hawks 10. And I tell you what, just another outstanding performance tonight from a football team. Short their best offensive lineman, but that offensive line came up huge. Traven Green, our offensive player of the game, and Anthony Bridgewater, our Community Credit Union defensive player of the game. We'd like to thank Community Credit Union and the Viera Hawks Booster Club. So, for Logan Pettit, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. Your final score one more time: the Rockledge Raiders 24, the Viera Hawks 10. We'll see you from Walk-Ons in about 45 minutes.